Okay, so we rejoin the session at the end of the dungeon, where Ludwig, Minstrel, Merrick, and Balador have finished off the demons or monsters summoned by the book that challenged Ludwig to a fight. Ludwig has received a book and 3 scrolls, which, since I forgot to mention what they did, I will go through now. You, looking at the scrolls, can see 3 ribbons sealed with pieces of wax on each one, and can see an image of the 3 coloured beasts on each one. So red, yellow, and blue dragon beasts from before is stamped on each one. You can try and work out what that does later. We'll come to it whenever you feel like. And they are colour coordinated, so you can tell what they are. Next, so we'd want to have, sorry, I suppose you'll be wanting to work your way out of the dungeon.
Yeah. I'm going
to be in here really anymore.
to out the scrolls.
Shit.
Balador, Merrick, and Minstrel, 1 each.
So they each get 1 scroll. Who
Yeah.
gets which colour? Just so they know.
Just type in whatever colour you want, and first come, first served.
Okay.
What colours were they?
Yellow.
So Merrick gets yellow. There's also red or blue available.
Blue.
I'll take yellow.
Unfortunately, Baldo, you're left with red. Because
Does
the other 2 are faster.
Fire dragon.
Does my spell save something or other goes up, doesn't it?
Your spell save
Yeah.
DC is your proficiency plus your spellcast modifier plus 10.
So it's gone up by 1. Nice.
So it would be 15 now. Also, that's a fair point. Spell attack also goes up by 1. No, spell attack is...
Mhm.
I'm going to have to double check spell save DC. Hang on.
I guess I'll delete Magical Bart from my equipment and put in instead 1 red scroll.
Yeah, yes, DC is your efficiency and the fire.
And the thing. Fair.
And then it starts at 8 or something? I can't remember.
Oh, yeah, it starts at 8, not 10. That's why I thought that was wrong. That's
Yeah.
fine. So it's 10 at standard then. Yeah,
No,
did
one
Merrick and Minstrel... Yeah, did you add yours up?
I've just increased my spell save DC to 14, which I think is right.
Mine's
Yep,
15 now then.
Yeah, yours is 15 now. Okay. So, yeah, because you'd get 6 in total, Minstrel, 3 for Charisma, 3 for Proficiency.
Yeah, I get 4 because my wisdom went up.
Okay, so you've each got your scrolls.
Do you know what I'm swapping Protection from Good and Evil for Burning Hands.
Fair enough. And Merrick and Minstrel, don't forget your spell attack, ranged spell attack DCs would also go up by 1 for proficiency as well. So yours, Merrick, would now be plus 6, I think, and Minstrel, yours would be the same.
Good.
So your
Is
guiding
that the
bolts
spell
are
attack
like
bonus?
yeah, that's the one.
Okay.
Okay, so we're currently stood back in the dusty, now empty, but covered in blank pages on the floor section of the far end of the library. And I'll leave that over to you guys.
Whoa, that was a pretty epic fight, boys.
Whoa,
I must have got knocked
actually.
on the head because I don't really remember towards the end.
What's telling me? I'm just like laying there, really wide-eyed, covered in blood.
Nearly died.
I'm leaning over Magical Bart, sobbing.
He went to a puff of smoke when he died.
I'm leaning over a puff of smoke, sobbing.
Why?
I'm gonna
It's my
pat.
favourite.
I'm gonna pat Minstrel on the shoulder and say, "There. I have another brazier back at the Adventurers Guild,
Make another one.
and this time he'll be an osprey, so he can fish."
I would suggest we go back and tell the librarian what
I knew you wouldn't remember
went
the
down
name.
here.
Go back out the front. Yeah.
I don't think I ever asked her name.
You had it from the original quest of acceptance. So I knew you wouldn't remember it from there. It's like a week ago.
This Clay's been watching our car, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's still out the front with the cart, you assume.
Oh God.
No, we don't know.
True,
Well,
could be.
in theory, Baldor could check with the X-ray ring.
Hmm.
In theory.
Well, if we're going out anyway.
Oh, I forgot to change. I drank a health potion, didn't I? God, I didn't. I did really
Yeah.
badly. On my...
You may have wanted to share some of those with Ludwig.
I did.
Oh yeah.
No, I mean when you had them.
Left.
Oh,
All right.
Still got 5.
Okay, I'll give Ludwig a potion then. Fine.
Best healer ever.
oh, thank you. How much
Right
do
now,
they heal?
1 times healing potion.
2d4 plus 2. They're a standard potion of healing.
You.
You said I've run out of Firbolg's spirit now, didn't you?
It has run out, unfortunately.
Shit. That's
You
all
were
right.
drinking a lot of it. At like every opportunity.
Yeah. And you've shared it out quite a lot as well.
It was a big bottle, okay?
Must have been. For an orc to glug at it. Should we go and tell Mrs. Library?
Yeah, I gotta say to Merrick, we've got a reward to collect.
We do. I've forgotten what it was, but
It was cash money of some kind.
yeah,
I think.
maybe 100 a piece or something. I can't remember.
I hope it was more
Oh,
than that.
I'll go find out.
I think it was 100 split, wasn't it?
Remember on this one.
Do you want me to actually tell you what the reward for this one was?
I think this was like a
Hold on.
3
I can
star.
get there.
This was a 3-star quest for 600 gold.
Yeah, that was it.
Nice. So
Oh,
that is
nearly.
150. No, 200 each. Nice.
150. I assume you're splitting it with Ludwig still.
He splits his with
You were
Minstrel.
Yeah, he gives 25% over to Minstrel. But that'll be ending pretty soon based on the number of days that have gone by.
Yep.
Right. So out
Continue.
of the library we go.
yes.
Okay, so you make your way back through the library, heading through first, obviously, the dusty, underused books room, mainly boring doctoral thesis, etc. Blah-de-blah-de-blah. You make your way down past the closed door to the adult section and into the slightly more common books, which is mainly fantasy novels, etc., as you go through, odds and ends and instructionals. And then as you come back to the second to last room, you come to books on general practices, mainly helpful things people might need to know, until you come to the first room, where you find the most commonly checked out books, mainly children's books, dictionaries, etc., before finally making your way back into the library's entry foyer, where the head librarian, Yelka, is still sitting at the desk.
Greetings, Yelka. Some of your books may have been a bit singed.
Which ones?
Don't know.
Yes.
Some of the pages
Okay.
are blank, so I don't know.
There was a
It shouldn't
book
be
once,
blank books. Yes, I told you to avoid it. Do you not remember?
I had quite a lot of Firbolg spirit last night.
I see. You've only been in there a few hours from her point of view, of course.
But it has been dealt with, at least.
Oh, you've managed to get rid of that pain in the ass.
Should be okay now.
Yeah.
Well, I
Well,
shall have to go expand
oh.
the repertoire. Excuse me while I just make sure the library is once again functioning. She mutters under her breath, and a book comes flying from the far section. Ah, perfect. As she catches it in her hand. Yes, the spell seems to be working normally again. Thank you. She places it on the desk.
You're very welcome. Do we get a
I-
payment here or back at the...
Your payment is with the Adventurers Guild, the same as your first quest. You just need to ask for a letter for completion.
Oh.
So,
Well,
well,
Book. She.
sorry?
What book did she go over to test it?
Do you want to try and look? Okay, make a perception check. Ludwig? Oh, yeah.
Sorry,
Okay.
I had the wrong stuff on.
Fair enough. 6. You can only catch the last word, and it's the word grey.
then?
Okay.
Okay.
The first word is 50.
Oops.
You can make out your own mind about that.
Perception.
Do you want to try and work out what book she summoned?
There we are.
I'll say you were so yeah. I'll say Minstrel kind of gave it away. She was obviously summoning one of the dirty books.
Nice.
Oh dear.
I say to her, I look at it and say, nice.
Oh,
Right.
Ludwig, why did you roll that? Oh, okay.
Roughly what time are we looking at?
You have to head outside to see.
Oh, no,
So first off, she hands you a letter marking off the completion along with her signature and stamp to say you finished the quest to hand back in the Adventurers Guild.
Mhm.
And
Good.
Okay. And thank you very kindly for your work you've done.
Right, let's go and find
You're welcome.
pet druid.
I would also suggest we head to an inn and get some kip.
If there is
Yeah,
one
just
here.
not the one we burnt down.
hmm.
Oh, yeah. That's
Or set up camp.
anyway.
Sorry, I meant to say not the one Merrick burnt down.
You showed up in the morning. You've been in there about 3 hours. It's a little after midday as you come out. You look up to the sky. Any questions so far?
Why do we look up to the sky?
Well, you've just walked out from a dark building, so you instinctively look up. I don't know why people do it. And then begin looking around for Clay.
Clay! Clay!
Anyone?
Where are you? Clay!
Clay is currently sleeping under the cart in the form of a small dog.
Wake up! I kicked
Clay,
the
is
dog.
that you?
So Minstrel, I believe, just kicked the dog. He would like to make an attack roll for me.
Oh,
No, you only get your strength modifier and not proficiency.
Okay, strength modifier
Oh,
minus
natural
1.
17, that'll be fine, yeah. So you managed to kick the dog. Roll 1d2 for damage. That's a standard unarmed attack. 2.
Oh,
So you do 1 because you get -1.
Yeah.
Okay. So you managed to just knock the dog over and wake it up.
Morning!
That was a really brutal
brutal,
way of
wait.
making-
He's done us a favour here.
Clay, is that
You're
you?
probably going to rip him off. So.
At which point, he now stands back up and reverts to human form and says, "What the hell was that for?
We were calling you and you did not answer.
You could have given me a minute. Dogs are lazy." As he now stretches.
How was keeping watch of our cart going?
That's fine. You didn't leave anything on it, so all I had to do was make sure it didn't move.
Fine job you did.
Where did our tents go?
I believe the turtle's still carrying them. They're only pieces of cloth.
Oh, I
Yep.
thought they were in me
I thought
carriage.
they were like huge pieces of canvas.
No, they were the ones he nicked from the merchants outside Roustop.
There's only
Crappy little plain cloth sheet tents.
sticks. Nothing.
Right. Well, Clay, we can't go back to Cleethorpe ever, and we
I
probably shouldn't
see.
go back to Godhome. And you were part of what happened, so we suggest you don't either. Could you turn into a whale and swim us back to somewhere near Iredale?
We
I
could go back.
certainly could turn into some form of aquatic animal to pull it, but the cart I don't think would float.
You'd have to pull it really fast.
If you wanted to circumvent Cleethorpes, we could head north to Sherfield and then follow the road back down to Godholm.
Yeah, but Godhome is full of thieving paladins.
Yes, but I
And-
still wish to end up there at the end.
Yeah,
So I could leave you in Sherfield if you liked.
he needs to go
You're
back
not
home.
going to tell anyone about what happened in Cleethorpes, are you, Clay?
I believe they should probably let it go. They clearly were up to something according to you, but what that was, if anyone asks me any questions, I'm not going to lie.
During this conversation, I'm playing with my human spleen.
God, that must be
Which he
a bit-
notices and is uncomfortable with.
must be
As
a
it's
bit-
started to go a little mouldy after 2 days.
Mhm.
Hey,
a bit high.
is it not What are the mechanics of a bag of holding? Does it preserve stuff or?
Your
Take
bag
that
of
out.
holding does not act as a preservant. However, your rat bag does.
Oh,
I'm
The
gonna
rat
say-
bag
Okay.
will mean if you put one in alive, you can take one out alive. If you put one in dead, you can take one out dead.
I try and put my human spleen in my rat bag.
It does not work.
I'm going to suggest that he marinades the spleen in olive oil and chili powder.
I'm going to change it to slightly rotten human spleen.
Fair
Still
enough.
had it
It,
for quite
it's
a
starting
while,
to go off, yeah.
and you did sort of burst it when you cut it out, so it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
anything
a slightly rotten human spleen, and then in
Dry.
brackets, dry.
oh, will you just get rid of that horrible human spleen, you nut job?
Anyway,
So if we're headed back, if we need to go
friends.
past Godholm, we need to go into Godholm.
It's the main area. You could try and circumvent it, but you'd have a long way to go.
All right, let's go. Should we go via Tunstead then?
You can have a little look.
There was a party going on in Sheffield, but we might have missed that by now.
I'm gonna say make a history check.
A history check.
Yes,
Oh,
13.
add
You
4.
add 4. Okay. You remember from the travelers saying the party was still coming up. It's only been 2 days, and they said it was sometime next week.
Do you want to go and murder some go to a party, guys?
Well, we can go pick up something else from the adventurers and try and aim for something up that way, because I'm sure there was something in Lakeview that we could do.
Lakeview.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm sure there was. And there's a mountain over there that I would very much like to see.
Very good. I'm in agreement with the elephant.
Okay, so you're heading back towards Iredal. Which way do you want to go to get there?
I don't
Go to
agree with the
Tunstead.
elephant, but I do agree with Balazar.
Okay.
We can
So you
go
want
up
to head to
Tunstead and then make
Tunstead.
our way down, and then we can just check out Tunstead, see if there's anything.
Yeah, sure.
How good are your navigational skills, Clay? Could you just take us directly west? We avoid Tunstead and Cleethorpes.
If we followed the river, we could probably join the road later. It might involve a few crossings. Could be a pain in the ass.
Hmm.
I
It's,
suggest we do that. I suggest we try and avoid towns for a few days.
Cleethorpes that was something that had to be done.
I'd just like to make it clear that I've began napping in the cart.
So you're sleeping in the back. Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
So you no longer get any input.
Yeah, I'll be quiet for a few minutes. I'm also gonna sort all my health out.
Fair enough. Okay, so at the minute you're currently asking Cletus to follow the river round back to where you came into the forest and then follow it along, trying to get to. Are you going to try and get to Godholm, or are you going to try and circumvent it?
Suggest we go to Godholm, and
Godholm.
we can use it as a place to rest up and drop off Clay. So we're going to have to lose the cart because we won't have anything to pull it.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
Clay's going to buy
You-
it off us.
Well, essentially.
Yeah, I was going to say
The
that.
charm would have worn off, so it's
The charm by this point has worn off. You're quite lucky he's a fairly agreeable fellow.
we'll have to see what he does, but I would suggest we need to go there.
I agree.
So back to Godholm, I think.
Oh yeah, and I don't think I ever picked up my spear, so I'd like to teleport my spear into my hand.
Okay, you hear a small scream as it now bursts through the main window of the library.
Sorry,
What did you do?
I think we'd better go, guys.
Fair enough. Okay. Minstrel, in response to that, you would not be able to get a proper night's rest to fully heal on the back of a cart. It would be too juddery.
At Godholm.
Damn it!
You can rest at
You,
Godholm.
you can still use it as a short rest, because a short rest is like 10 to 15 minutes to like bandage small wounds and burn hit dice.
Oh, can I get a
Okay.
short rest as well?
Well, you're going to be out there. You'll have time to do it while you're driving still, yeah.
I need. Oh, for fuck's sake! I've already
Snake
reached.
driving?
Oh no, there we go. Undo.
Not really, I suppose.
Nice. So I'm gonna use one of my hit dice.
Fair enough.
I'm all right.
Yes.
So
So
I'll
you-
rest at Godholm.
You're rest of Godholm. Okay.
Save
So-
myself. I'm strong enough.
1d0. 7. Okay. Don't forget, Baldur, you use second wind to heal yourself, so you have already used 1 hit dice.
Yeah. So 130.
So you need to mark those down. Okay. So you
Can't-
begin the day traveling, initially heading northwest.
Fuck.
You can burn another one. Originally heading northwest towards the junction at the river. So,
Yeah.
as you reach the junction, you now will need to try and you reach it by sort of mid-afternoon sort of time. It's nice flat land, so it doesn't take any real effort to travel over. As you reach the junction, you now need to move the cart across it, and because it's deeper water at this split, so you will need to find a way to do that.
There's some pretty big fellas among our party. We can probably can we lift it?
You want to try and lift it?
Can try and
Wait, is the
lift it
water
up.
shallow enough for us to wade through? First,
The water's over waist high on Merrick, so it's fairly deep, about 4 or 5 feet.
Yeah, that's fine for me.
well, I'm happy to attempt to
Hmm.
drag it.
I am gonna be staying on the cart.
No, you're gonna
You want to stay on
Because-
the cart in case you fall in the river.
Yeah,
Yeah,
pretty
you can
much because I would essentially drown if I fell in a river.
I'm going to
It's
push him off the
only
cart.
5 feet deep. I mean, you could still stand.
I'm only 5'11". I'll be
Yeah,
I'll be
so you-
drowning.
How big is your head? Is your head in-
11 inches.
Yeah, so your head would be above water.
But you're nearly a foot above the water. You'll be fine.
I'm gonna just
Makes it
swim underneath and help.
Fair enough. Okay, so I'll have. Who's got the highest strength modifier? Ballador, I think.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
probably
I've
me.
got-
Yeah.
I've only got
So
one.
Maybe.
make. I'm gonna guess +3 is or +4 you're on now, aren't you, Ballador?
Well, I've got +3 for my. Oh, yeah, I have +4 for my strength, and then +3 proficiency bonus. Does it... Oh, no,
Yeah,
that's-
Oh,
but-
yeah.
As I say, this is an athletics check, so that's fine. So make an athletics check with advantage for me, since the other two are helping you.
athletics is plus.
Your strength and I assume your proficiency with a warrior normally.
+6. Then.
Strength and proficiency 6. Fair enough.
Strength and proficiency would be +10. Because I've got +3 for my strength, then I'm proficient in athletics, and then my strength modifier is +4. So that's 10, right?
Right, hang on a minute. You've gone wrong very much so somewhere. This isn't a strength saving throw, which is what you're looking at where that +3 is, which would now be a +4 if your strength modifier is +4.
No, my athletics is +3.
Yes, so that's the same. What's your strength score? Just tell me that.
18.
18. So one switch athletics to +4.
Nice.
So your total for it is 7. So it's +7.
Nice. Are there any other strength ones I need to change? No, that's the
No,
only-
there's only one strength one.
So 1d20 plus 7. 20.
20. Okay. With advantage, so roll again.
Oh,
Just in case.
No,
well,
20 total. Okay. You managed to move the cart across without any serious issue. It gets a little wet on the inside, so Merrick, you're now damp. Oh, sorry, Minstrel, you're now damp sleeping in the cart. But the rest of you are wet from being in the river and moving it across.
can I suggest we have a break and make a fire and cook up some fish?
No.
Okay.
I
So
want
we
to
have
go home.
One vote for moving on, and one vote for taking a rest.
I mean, I can suggest it.
You can suggest it.
Yeah, I mean, take
I
a
want to
vote.
take a rest.
You want to take a
Some
rest?
fish.
Fish? Okay. You've actually got to catch them first. It's a deep river.
Don't you worry about me. I've got this spear.
Okay, make a survival check if you're going to attempt to fish.
I mean, doesn't Chris get a vote as well? And Clay, I guess, as well.
Clace, at this point, is thinking he can still carry on. It's not dark yet.
And Chris. I mean, Minstrel.
If he's still trying to sleep in the back of the cart, he still gets no say.
Well, that's really annoying.
Is he
I'm going to
waking
wake
up?
him up because he's got the deciding vote.
He's not going to side with me, so probably
It's-
take his.
Oh, he's left. He's angry.
Oh, he must have disconnected.
I guess we can just assume that, yeah, he wouldn't side with Merrick. So I'm
That-
going to go fishing.
That was weird.
Okay.
You guys were silent for about 5 minutes. I'm sitting there going, "What's
Oh.
going on?"
You must have disconnected.
No, we
Okay.
were deciding whether we should carry on to Godholm when these guys want to stop. Or two guys want to stop, two want to leave.
I also want to stop.
Also want to stop. Okay, so you're setting up by the river again for the evening. So survival, what's your plus to that, Balador?
Thing.
How much, sorry?
0.
0 for survival. Okay. So just 10. You don't manage to skewer any fish that look very edible, but you do manage to catch an eel.
Nice. Eels are edible. I love eels.
Yeah, but they look disgusting.
But they're the best.
I'm going to eat this eel. I'm
Fair
going
enough.
to I'm going to say to Ludwig, maybe you could teach me a thing or two about fishing because you're a water creature.
That's racism.
But it's also true. It's positive
Failed to
stereotypes.
seize.
I'm going to hand him my spear and offer him a go at catching it.
I would suggest we share the eel with everyone except Merrick, purely because the ration of the eel will not stretch far enough for a big lump like him.
I've already
that's
taken some of my
fair.
rations off. It's fine.
Fair.
Not eating
7.
Didn't want to stop.
I
Does
did. Even
anyone
worse.
want to feed Clay as well?
No.
He doesn't eat fish, does he?
He does not eat fish.
Can't he just
Yeah.
turn into an ox and eat grass?
I was going to say, that's what he's been doing so far. It would be polite if you offered him food, but you don't have to.
He's trying to steal our cart. I don't think we should give him any food.
You can have some of my rations.
I take it Ludwig didn't catch a fish then.
No, not at 7, unfortunately.
I'll take another one of my rations off. You can have those.
Fair enough. That's very nice.
Can I forage for food? Some berries and nuts.
It's mainly plain fields around here. Yeah,
Some
you'd
dandelions.
find bushes, but you could probably find some herbs for a nice tea.
I would love a cup of tea.
Okay.
So, yes,
Make
I want.
a survival check.
Herbs.
Foraging.
I really wish I'd taken a survival proficiency. But you get more, don't you, as the game goes on?
Proficiencies, not many.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
It'll get there. 11. You managed to find something which seems to resemble peppermint, so you could create peppermint tea.
That's not real tea.
You're not going to find.
I
Tea,
would
right.
like to. Has anyone got a pot?
The basic pot in the mess kit you have.
Okay, I would like to prepare some peppermint tea for the party.
Very good.
And I will prepare griddled eel, but I'm also going to have a ration.
Fair enough. So you're going to use a combination of your dried rations along with fresh eel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Be like eel on toast.
Fair enough.
Really nice, by the way. Smoked eel on toast is like one of the nice
Yeah.
The only eel I've ever had was jellied. It wasn't
Cat
great.
foods.
rations. 8 days rations.
You don't have 8 days rations.
Yeah. Don't I start with 10?
I got about
You
30.
start with you start with 50,
Oh, and
and you should have taken off 3 a day, provided you didn't.
I have no idea how many rations
Oh.
I have because
Oh God, I'll count back. You've been eating other things as well.
yeah, because
It's gonna be hard.
I've just been going off what I've had.
We'll
Which is in my
assume
inventory, so I
you're at
don't
the-
even know what's in an entertainer's pack.
you should have looked that up and checked, but it's fine for now. Make sure you just go with the same as Merrick. Say you've got 32 left,
Okay, I'm gonna.
just to make life easy.
I think I forgot to take a couple off.
Yeah, I know. I do only have 10 days of rations in my explorer's pack.
10 days of rations is 30 total
Oh,
because it's assuming 3 meals a day.
so what? I'm down to like 0 now then.
If you've used 30 and everyone else has used 20, we'll allow for some of the bread things and so on. We'll say you have 10 rations left.
10 rations. Okay. Right, we got there in the end. By the campfire, I would like to examine my red scroll, please.
Okay. Make an Arcana check.
Karna, that is something I definitely need.
Something you have, I believe. So your new total will be +5 with it.
No, I don't have Arcana.
Oh, I thought you did.
No, I wanted to get it. problem is I picked all my proficiencies before I knew about things.
I'd like to take another look at my belt, if I may.
15.
Okay, 15. We'll do the belt first. Minstrel, start rolling your Arcana check. So, Baldor, you can sense from it with your general knowledge that it appears to be a summoning scroll, much like how the book generated the creatures. You assume opening it would activate it.
I'm going to keep it closed.
Good
I'm
call.
gonna
It's
say-
currently sealed with a little wax seal.
And I'm going to say to Tortilla, within these pages is my good friend Shatrag.
Shatrag the Red Dragon Beast.
Yeah.
Okay. Minstrel. So, having determined the effect previously,
Yep.
you now know it will allow you to pass through stone. You just trying to work. What are you trying to work out now? You're trying to work out how to activate it?
Yep.
Okay. So, 17. You begin looking over the belt for anything on it which would give it away. However, there's not anything which stands out to you immediately. However, you do notice several of a repeating pattern on the inside.
With a repeating pattern. Is it a pattern of colours or
It's a
symbols?
pattern of
Or
shape. It's the same shape 5 times around the loop as pointing. Hang on, I'll quickly knock you up an idea of what it looks like.
that's a long ass description I've got now.
It's
Apart
fine.
through Strome with a repeating pattern of shapes.
Yep. There's a reason.
Okay, I also want to take a look, just in case. I have no idea if it's magical or not. But I want to take a look at my Lord of the Dead necklace that I've been wearing for the past.
Okay,
Wait.
make an Arcana check.
Didn't someone tell you it's like a god symbol? Like one of the priests
it's
checked
just
it for you.
an thing. The clerics.
23. There is no magic coming off it at all.
That's good.
It is not like another cursed item.
Good.
I better check my scroll while we're in it then.
I'll say, Balador, you could choose to tell everyone what the scrolls do.
I shall choose to tell everyone what the scrolls do.
Yay.
Okay.
This one here is Shatrag. That one Minstrel's got is Deepak. And your one, Merrick, is Shakur. SHAKUR.
Yeah, but what does it do? You just said
There you go.
name.
That's the pattern you can see on the inside.
It summons Shakur.
Ah, I recognise those patterns.
You do?
Yes, being a bard and having studied these patterns at my time at the College of Law, I'm aware that these symbols are actually ancient runic symbols attributed to the clan of Glom, famously the founders of the Halls of Glom.
You do realise you're trying to bullshit the DM.
He's
not one of us.
He wrote this, you know?
He's bullshitting me. And I'm falling for every word of it.
Why don't you just do like a check on it or something?
I'll say.
I
Do you-
think you could. But
It's an intriguing question. Does anyone speak or read Dwarvish?
No.
No. Okay. You could have fun working out how to activate this.
I wish I had more languages. I thought I would if I was intelligence 14, but I guess not.
I think you can learn more
You
languages.
can learn more languages as time goes on.
Shit, I should've
It's
gone
just going to be one of
primary
those things that takes a while.
Dwarvish.
My recommendation for the minute with the belt is Minstrel, show it to a dwarf.
You there, dwarf.
Yeah, unfortunately, you're camping in the middle of nowhere. So,
I'm
Balador will assume you
just shouting this out. I'm just shouting it out in the empty forest. Dwarf, come here!
you're
Come
on the
here!
plains.
check it out with my friends at Godholm.
Hmm.
I would not trust this item in the hands of any of the paladins of Godholm.
Don't give it to
I'd
them.
sooner die.
Fair enough.
They just melt it down and steal it again.
It's made of leather.
Yeah, they melt it down. These priests have got dirty, dark magic or something.
I do know of one of the teachers of the clerics. He's an elf. He doesn't like me, so you might like him. He might.
Yeah, I like that one. He's the only priest I would be willing to speak to.
You can look for Father Kilmeth.
Right, do we want to sleep here or do we want to get back now we've had our...
Well,
You set up camp, so you
we've
need
set
to
up
sleep
camp,
for a long
so
rest.
yeah,
Yeah,
let's
set up
sleep.
camp. I just made a campfire to cook my eel.
Well, it's a campfire. I assume that involves setting up camp.
Hmm.
It being a campfire, not just a fire.
That's what we were voting on to stop.
Oh, I
So-
was thinking more like a short stop, like a grab a bite to eat and carry on.
I'm gonna refuse to budge because I do need to sleep because I've got no health and no spells.
Get my
Right,
strength.
let's sleep.
Okay.
I know I shall lament.
You sleep in the thing. You sleep out in the field alongside the river.
Go have a little.
I
Is
will-
anyone keeping watch, by the way?
I'll take one watch.
Okay.
I always seem to take watch, so I'm not going to this time.
Okay. So, Ludwig, I will need a perception check. 12. Okay, you notice the river occasionally glows slightly as the evening wears on, but you're far enough away from it that it doesn't even wake anyone.
Okay.
Is anyone taking a second watch?
Clay. I nominate Clay.
The old man wakes up and says, "Very well, I can stay up for a while." As Ludwig now settles down to rest, the rest of the evening passes uneventfully. In the morning, you're all woken up refreshed. You can now restore your HP and spell slots.
Nice.
Let's see.
Do
So,
you
My
get
axe.
all of your hit dice back on a
yeah,
long rest?
after a long rest.
Okay.
Short rests are used for like quickly bandage myself up and use one of the hit dice to recover.
And
So you get them back after you've recovered properly.
to my axe of the halls of Glom has reset back to 5,
3 uses.
3 uses. Yep.
1,
As it's a
2,
new day.
5.
Also, this means anything else which has a per day use limit is also refreshed.
Oh, that means Chris marked down the spleen's been refreshed.
Okay,
The spleen is slightly more rotten when you check it.
I'm gonna call it slightly more rotten human spleen.
Right.
I'm keeping this for a reason. I've got a plan with this.
Oh.
Okay, so I assume you after a quick breakfast going to get back on the road?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay, so you begin heading towards Godholm, this time approaching from... Pull up my map and get the directions. The eastern top entrance. Coming in by the Druids Park, the Monk, and the Grand Chantry.
While we're chugging along, I'm reciting 120 Days of Sodom from my book to Balador.
Can't read it, can you?
I'm desperately trying to hide my.
You can read it, it's in common.
I don't remember that one. I can't remember what you said it was in.
He picked that one up just from the adult section. I don't know exactly why, but
Right.
I'm a bard. I've got to have books.
fair enough. As you begin approaching the edge of town, you are once again greeted by... Oh, where's my bloody thing gone? There we are. By 2 paladins at the outside of the town who flag you over. This time, Merrick, you would recognize brother Adel and sister Yalteth.
I shall make sure that I have. Brother what? Adel.
Adel.
Oh yeah, just a Yoltith.
Also, I wrote the names phonetically for you next to them.
I see. See.
Give you a little hint.
During my training.
So they called you over and say, Merrick, it's been a while. Come now, you know the procedure for checking into the city.
Yes. What magic do I have on me? Items. I've got nothing more than I did last time.
Scroll.
Oh yeah. Well, do I want to tell him that?
Up to you.
Yeah, I suppose you're no longer lawful, are you?
Divulge my scroll.
Okay.
I will
They'll take a look at the scroll and say, and this, what does this do exactly?
Read it and find out.
entirely know.
Baldur explained it to you, so you'd know it would be something to do with summoning the creature marked on the wax seal.
Summons Shakur, the red dragon beast,
No, he has the yellow one.
the yellow dragon beast.
So,
I can tell him that. I don't mind that.
okay. He looks you over and says, very well. Don't open it in the city. I'll trust you to behave with it.
I certainly won't. Saving it.
Next, we'll go to... We'll say he pulls to the next most interesting looking person and goes to Ludwig. And you, sir, anything to declare?
I show my flaming sword that they knew about last time. I show them the juice stuff that made the minstrel unconscious and go, I took this off someone who's trying to hurt my friend. I'm not entirely sure what it does.
He
And
gives
that's it.
I'll say, Brother Adel takes it and has a quick look over. Says, basically, you have a roofie.
I'll tell you what, as a symbol of good faith, you want to dispose of this? As I'm sure you wouldn't want me to have this in your city, and I can be on my way.
Palador lets out an audible gasp.
Fair enough. He takes it and pops it inside the guard's box at the edge of the thing and says, thank you. And then crosses something off your list before putting it away. And you, gentlemen?
I got this. I hold my axe up. I got this.
Yes, we have these from before, Ballador. We only need new items this time.
But I wanted to show you my axes. Okay. All I've got is this, and I hold up the red scroll. I think
Another scroll. Please don't open it in the city.
I will not. Wink, wink.
I don't have anything, good sir.
Okay,
He has a scroll as well.
I see. And is there any way to differentiate what these scrolls do?
Yes, by the names of the beasts inside.
Yeah, I wouldn't know because I don't have a scroll.
I see. Doesn't say, at which point you can see him scribbling something on the page before passing it over and adding a notation to the top of the page. Very well, carry on.
Is there a magistician in this good town?
A magistician?
Or a scientician, or whatever you call them?
Well, you could ask at the chantry if you're trying to deal with a particular item.
I would like to cast a ritual spell to summon a good friend of mine. Is that allowed in your city?
I see. We prefer people not to be casting spells inside the city limits, with the exception of the druids in the park.
Okay. How do I become a druid in a park?
I believe you have one pulling your cart. The ox looks very familiar.
Okay. I say okay.
Did they?
Down.
Sorry?
Did they cast any spells on us?
Do you want to try and tell if they cast any spells?
Yeah.
I don't trust these paladins.
Okay, so make an Arcana check for me.
Because I didn't say anything, and I don't know if they picked up on that. Or I can mention something.
You were, I'll say, a lie by omission, thankfully isn't covered by deception. So I know what you didn't mention.
Okay.
But since you were with someone they trust and you were forthright every time, they've kind of marked it off as you go, along with the gesture. So
Excellent.
they've trusted you because of your good behaviour.
Exactly.
Little do they know we've just massacred an entire village.
I didn't know.
Well, we helped
Most of
Merrick.
the people
anyway.
got out.
Merrick was the ringleader.
Most
We-
of the people got out.
Most of the people got out of the pub.
Yeah.
Did you forget that the fire spread?
Yeah, but they must have heard the screams. At least that halfling woman I left in there.
Are there newspapers in this world? Because
You
I'd
kind
like
of
to keep
can-
track of this. I'd like to see if this is ever going to catch up to
Tend
us.
to get notice boards in place.
There are notice and wanted boards around the town, but primarily news is conveyed by a crier, old-fashioned style. Hear ye, hear ye.
And I would like to say, before anyone tries to pin the blame on me, where you are and what this place is to me,
This is a very evil place.
and that they
I
aren't
suggest
likely
we
to
don't
trust
hang
you over
around.
me.
I suggest we don't hang around Godhome too long. We
Okay.
should sell our carriage to Clay Davis and hire another carriage back to the Adventurers Guild because I want my reward.
I agree with Balador.
Okay,
Mhm.
so you sort of giddy up Clay, and he heads off towards the Druid Park, just a short distance away, pulling the cart over to the land Druid section where you met him originally.
Oh, minstrel, I do happen to know of a dwarf in this place. That you might find.
I would rather speak to a dwarf in another city. I'm very anxious in Godholm.
To be fair, he'd
Very
probably
on edge. What was that? Sorry.
he'd probably like this dwarf.
Is he a religious man, this dwarf?
He's not of sorts. He has a particular interest in some unsavoury things, but he might be able to help me with the belt anyway.
So he like. You may have sold me on this dwarf.
I
As
need to
long
look at a man called a dwarf called Yorick. I'm not sure where he is.
Make a history
Yorick!
check
Not
to
a
see if you
man,
remember where
Yorick!
he stayed.
not necessarily a man of sorts, like a child, but
Yorick, where are you?
history.
Alas, poor Yorick. Minstrel's going to murder him.
1+4 for that.
15. You remember him mentioning his parents' house in the richer part of town?
Oh, I see. That's
Oh.
north.
Oh,
near the
that sounds
country.
like my kind of place.
That's
My
just
fellow
north,
nobles.
just north of the market, next to the chantry.
So,
So
is that where we're heading next? Or actually, first off, we'll deal with the cart, shall we? So,
Yeah.
Clay, now turning back into a man, is now saying, "Ah, yes, and I believe the cart was my payment for the journey."
I don't remember this agreement.
Yes, I seem to recall it was what it was going to happen before you tried to cast a spell on me, young bard. As he now looks you dead in the eyes, knowing exactly what you did.
I see him locking eyes with me, and I smile at him because I quite like this fellow.
I would like to say that I'm not more than happy to give him the cart.
Hey, this is my cart. I'm more than happy to give him the cart.
Okay.
Your cart. That sounds-
I'm happy for him to have the cart on the condition that Merrick carries me.
Actually, I suppose it was
Never
Minstrel's
gonna
cart.
I'll carry you and drown you in a river.
There's three of
Actually,
them running
to be fair, looking at the cart, I do realise it's very beat up from where Ludwig had slashed it up. So it's actually of no use to me either. You know, us nobles ought to drive along in something a bit nicer. So yeah, I'm happy for the cart to be given away.
Oh yeah, a cart's like a crime scene. It's like evidence. Yeah, we should definitely let him have it.
Do you know what else?
He did us a good service.
Do you know what else is evidence? The hunk of human flesh that Chris has in his backpack.
Yeah.
That's from some cannibals, though.
Yeah. Let's just hope there's no DNA evidence in this world, or you guys are screwed.
Oh.
Nah, what are they going to know? There was
Right,
a big
if we
fire.
can't go past, are we meeting this dwarf then, minstrel, or are we going out?
I would like to go speak to the dwarf quick. Yeah.
I
So,
will-
as you begin heading away from the druid's park towards the marketplace, you see the druids taking the wheels off and loading the cart with hay as a makeshift form of bed. They weren't intending to use it as a cart at all. They just thought free bed.
bloody druids.
Lisa Hay is going to soak up my blood. I say to Ludwig.
And cover it for a
Quietly.
while. Okay, as you reach the market, there's a general hubbub, and you can see the nicer area of town just on the far side. As you reach the well in the middle, you can
Well.
look over at the size and general quality of the houses as being much nicer. I'll say you don't remember exactly where he lives, so you will need to ask around if you want to find him.
What was his name again? I asked Merrick.
Is Merrick with us? Are we all together?
I'm not with you, but
Oh,
I think it's just me and you, minstrel.
I asked Balador if he remembers what this dwarf's name is.
Yes, his name was Yorick.
Yorick! Yorick!
At which point a middle-aged dwarf turns around and says, Are you looking for my son?
Yorick!
Is he called Yorick?
My son is called Yorick, yes.
That's a coincidence. We're looking for Yorick.
I never would have guessed by your shouting of his name.
Please,
And can I ask what two grown strangers want with a small child?
Very
My name is Minstrel Bardington. I'm a renowned adventurer, poet, author, and performer. I've acquired an amazing belt, and I'd just like him to read some dwarven text for me.
Dwarven text. I could have a look at that for you.
Okay.
And I was going to say, he's clearly not trusting you going near the small child.
I rush over to the middle-aged dwarf and I start unbuckling my belt.
I see. So that's where this was going, was it?
I wonder why Merrick suggested we go and meet a child when there's adult dwarves here.
well, it's just because of the interest that child has. That
Balador begins to panic as this voice appears in his head. Merrick is speaking to me telepathically.
well, I'm not when he was Merrick, but I did mention it to you already.
I say to the dwarf, no, sir, you misunderstand. It's the belt. The belt has the inscription on it.
I see.
I've had not nearly enough to drink to have an extramarital affair with you, I'm afraid.
He strokes his rather fabulous beard and says, what a shame.
I hand him the belt and point out the symbols and ask him, do you know what these mean?
And what, other than being arrows, I have a suspicion. Are you sure the belt is dwarven in origin?
There was a voice in my head that appeared earlier in the day that implied it was dwarven.
I see. Please follow me. And he wanders over to a nearby store, still holding your belt.
I kind of waddle along, trying to keep my trousers up.
As he now walks up to the stone wall and says, and what is the belt supposed to do?
I do know that it keeps my trousers up, is its primary purpose. But
See?
doing an investigation, I was trying to discern any magical properties of the belt, and I already know it would allow its user to pass through stone, but I do not know how to activate it.
I've seen something like this before, but I've never actually seen one in person. I suspect the arrows are something of a hint. Allow me to try. As he begins speaking in Dwarvish, which, Balador, do you speak Dwarvish?
I understand Dwarvish.
I know, I'm just trying to work out who would know what's going to hear.
No.
No, okay, so you don't know what he says, but Minstrel, you hear him say, essentially, in Dwarvish, up, up, down, up, up. As he then proceeds to walk through the wall into the building.
Circle, triangle, square?
Not quite, but it's that sort of cheat code.
I say out loud to myself, I did wonder when I saw this whether this was the fabled belt of Kunami.
Oh, it's the Glom belt.
Oh, you can call
I'm
it what you
gonna
like.
I'm going to attempt to follow him through the wall.
It is a solid wall when you attempt to pass through it. He now has
Ow.
come back round from the main entrance and says, "Yes, it appears you can only use it once a day. However, I couldn't use it again to get back.
I see.
It will allow you to pass through a single stone wall."
Well, consider the use of the belt just then. That daily use. That was your payment for being able to for helping me with this. So,
At which point, I assume you're going to try and snatch it out of his hand.
yeah, I'd like to not snatch, but firmly take it from his hands and give him a nod of gratitude.
Perhaps you could. He's still holding on to it at this point. He says, "Perhaps you could answer me a quick question before you go.
Of course, sir.
Why were you looking for my son? And who told you of his name?"
Now that there is a bit of a story attached to this, I'm afraid. There's this shady cleric fellow who I've recently had the misfortune of becoming acquainted with, who gave your son's name as the person to go to in the event of help with magical dwarven items.
I see. And would you have his name?
Merrick, the elephant boy.
I see. This wouldn't be Merrick who used to live at the Monkerage.
I look a bit blank and a bit perplexed because I don't know Merrick's backstory.
Fair enough. That's a good point. You never really discussed it.
Maybe. I know he's very fond of this city, and he knows a lot of the guards, so it must be one and the same.
At least it wasn't a complete stranger then. If it's the one I'm thinking of. Very well. I shall, if I run into him at the Chantry anytime soon, make sure to have a few words about him giving my son's name to strangers.
Very wise of you, sir.
At which point he now lets go with the belt.
Well, thank you for your help. I suppose I'll take my leave.
Very
I'll
well.
start to walk away.
So,
I'm just going to have a quick cursory look at the market, see if I can see any brass braziers on display.
this appears to primarily be a market. The best looking vendors you can see appear to be, there's a rather marvellous food stall and a small equipment vendor and a person selling herbs and incense for religious rites.
Say food stall.
There is a food stall.
Nice. I'm going to go buy myself some rations.
Unfortunately, when you get over there, you notice it seems to primarily be fresh fruit.
I turn on my heel and catch up with the.
Fair enough. So, I assume you were heading back to meet up with the rest of the group. Where were Ludwig and Merrick during this exchange?
I wanted to sneak off for a bit.
Okay, that's fine.
I just want to make it clear I'm currently roaming Dodhome, going, Ludwig, because I have no idea where he and Merrick are. I mean, Merrick I don't really care about, but Ludwig, I'm increasingly concerned.
That's unfortunate because I was following you.
Okay, so Merrick, where did you go during this time?
After a very stressful battle, in need of relief,
Oh, he's going to have a walk.
Brothel.
to go seek out an old friend.
Okay, who are you going to see?
He's going to try and find Aliana.
Eliana. I see. Are you sure?
Who is thinking about it.
Fair enough. You begin walking near towards where you would remember she lived, over to the southern side of the market, in between there and the Druids Park, to hope to try and find her. Make a investigation check.
keep forgetting that. +3, 1. Balls. No, can't find it.
Unfortunately, you did not find her during your excursion.
Give up.
Fair enough. So, are you
Back.
going to head back to the market sort of area?
Although, yeah, I'll try and find the other people.
Fair enough. So you're trying to find them, they're trying to find Ludwig.
Yeah.
Ludwig, where were you during this?
I wanted to sneak off to find a little alley to write into my book.
I
Although I
see.
didn't know where they went.
Somewhere
Sorry.
hidden.
So I'll move the map over for Godholm for you. You can pick one from there. So you can try and just... I might recommend making it outside of town, just by a short distance.
No, I wanted to do it in town, just like in a as secluded place as I could find.
Okay.
I do know
Drag
the
and
place
drop.
to use, but
Sure, you could find a nice
together.
copse in Druidville.
So
we're
you,
together at the moment.
so you can see where the market is. The Druid Park is that section just off it. That's where you would have started. So whereabouts would you like to put the thing? And if you could just give me a rough idea so I can make a small note of that for the book.
Literally just like a first like quiet little alley I find near the Druid area.
Near the Druid area, okay?
Like
So,
maybe just to the west of it, like in that little like set of buildings.
Point to it, Simon.
so just off from the river. Perhaps the one
Yeah.
that runs in between those buildings.
Yeah,
Okay, that just lets me put a little circle on my map for where it is for later.
and I want to be proper stealthy doing it. I don't want anyone
Okay.
to see me.
So, you know how to activate it?
Mm-hmm.
So if you recite the words very quickly for me, I just need to pull something up.
Atuf Inden Urath Tam.
Okay. At which point, the page begins to fill in from the left, and 2 ghasts have now appeared nearby.
Oh,
Allow me to describe them for you. I really think I can let you bookmark locations for free.
oh.
I wish I could.
So, they are tall, grey humanoid creatures with large claws and sharp teeth. At which point, I will need you to roll for initiative, and I'm going to have to set out a map. This is just going to be you, so good luck.
I assume based on my close proximity.
Actually, can I get a investigation check from Minstrel? 10 and 11, so you're running last at the minute.
I'm looking around befuddled, going, "What's happening?" Roll 1d 20 plus 4.
Minstrel, what are you trying to investigate?
I don't
He's
know.
trying to
I
find him,
just
hasn't
had
he?
a voice in my It's Joe.
In that case,
no.
surely I'll be helping him.
Trying to find himself.
Oh, shit.
On a gap year.
So you've got the park back there, and we'll say you just ducked just into the alley to use it.
Ludwig, where are you, friend?
I am still on my hunt for the other 2, so I guess I should.
You can make an investigation check to try and find them.
Can I make an investigation check to try and help Minstrel?
If I'm looking for my
You
friend,
can help him look, so that would be Minstrel rolling with advantage. So Minstrel roll again.
if I'm looking for my friends, would I recognise them by scent, as I have a keen smell?
I'm gonna say, since you guys haven't said you've taken a bath in like a week,
I fart.
probably.
Might be able to find them,
What's
so I
a
can have
bath?
advantage on finding them.
19. Okay. So, Minstrel, you can in fact see the edge of his shell just sticking out the alley from across the park. So we'll have you joining on at the end of the turn order in round 2, by the time you've walked across.
And I presume me as well.
Yeah, since you're with him.
So am I doing a
Investigation with advantage.
one? I'll do them separately.
16. 13. Okay. So you could spot them just starting to head across the park. So if you're going to join, it'll be on turn 4 if they're still alive.
Cool.
So beginning with Ghast 1 is going to make an attempt to... Oh, no, that's from the start of your turn. Okay, so it's going to start off with a claw attack against you, Ludwig.
Mm-hmm.
And it gets a natural 1, so that's going to miss.
That's sorry.
Ghast 2 is going to have to wait there because it can't get past the other one because they're not intelligent enough. Can you see on the map well enough, by the way?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah,
It's,
which one's me?
Oh, I need to move that a bit further back, sorry. You're here, going towards the park side.
and the green is Druid.
The green is the park, and the squiggly blue line is the river.
I see.
To give you a quick hint, I should really expand that out a bit. So that's the far side of the river. There we go. So with that, Ghast 2 will have to end his turn there, or hold it till he can actually do anything. So
Didn't you
look.
say they appeared either side of me?
Oh yeah. Fair point. So we'll have him make a claw attack as well.
Oh.
Gets a 16.
Nope.
Nope. Okay, so your turn.
I want to light up my sword and hit the one north of me.
North from my direction. This one?
Sure.
Sure. Okay, so number 2. So make an attack roll, but first I need a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, mid and attack roll. Constitution.
14. No, you're fine. And you now don't have to do that for the rest of the combat, so that's perfect.
Oh.
Okay, so you can now make your attack roll. 21, that's going to hit. So roll for damage. $16. Nice.
And that's it.
Sorry?
That's my go.
That's your go. Okay, we now come back to the Ghast 1, who is going to
Kiss me.
make a claw attack again. Gets a 19.
Yep.
It's going to hit, okay. 2d6 plus 3 slashing. And you're not undead, so I need a Constitution saving throw. 3. Oh, this is going to be fun.
Oh.
Ouch.
Okay, so you take 10 points of damage and are paralyzed for 1 minute or until you pass a Constitution saving throw.
I am so dead.
That's all right. So Ghast 2's turn, attacking with advantage because you're paralyzed.
Didn't you
Mhm.
say we come in?
You
Oh.
come in at the end of this round, yeah.
Oh, right.
So when the next round starts, you'll be there to start assisting. So it gets a 3 and a 4, so you're in luck. It just can't get through your turtle shell. So
Oh.
it's now your turn, so make another Constitution saving throw to try and recover. 10. Doesn't quite pass.
I'm dead.
We come back to Ghoul 1, at which point Minstrel and Balador have now arrived. You'll be going in reverse alphabetical order because I already wrote it down at the end of the round after Ludwig. Now joined into the combat. So Ghast 1 is going to make another claw attack. It's a 1 and a 2? Okay. Ghast 2 is going to make an attack. Gets a nat 20 and a natural 1. So
Oh.
nat 20 counts through.
They
And
cancel each
deals
other out.
7, 10, 20 damage in total.
I'm unconscious.
Ooh.
You're unconscious. Okay.
How
Ludwig, so make a death saving throw.
How's it my go?
Yeah, it's your turn next.
You had contribution, or was it just a straight?
No,
thing?
just a straight throw because it's 50-50 chance. 1 to 10, 11 to 20 are the two results. 3, so you have one fail.
Pick fail.
Okay. Minstrel, you're up.
Ludwig! Ludwig!
You can see him
Ludwig!
now being feasted on by a couple of ghasts.
How far away am I from Ludwig?
5,
Minstrel, he's
10,
being
15,
attacked by
20, 25,
paladins.
30 feet.
I'd like to run up to him.
Okay, so you can run all the way to there.
And can I reach him from there?
I'd say you could put your hand past the ghast, but it will get an attack of opportunity.
Fuck.
Be careful of the paladins.
Shit the bed. I'd like to take a step back.
You've used your full movement.
Fuck.
Taking a step back would also then initiate attack. He's run up to you. We haven't got any further than that.
I suppose I'll hit it with my rapier.
Okay, make an attack roll.
Yeah, I don't know why I went first. I should have pushed Balador. 1d20 plus 7.
14 will hit. 5 points of damage. Okay.
So how does death work? What do I have to do to save him?
Heal him, basically. We'll bring him back up.
But I can't touch him now because Minstrel's in the way.
Pretty much, yeah.
I think Chris has just killed me.
He may have done.
I was hoping I was in touch range without getting attacked, but no.
It'd be a bite attack if it did. So it would be the claws, which are paralyzing. But yes, so we come to your turn, Balador.
My turn, right. I guess, I mean, how realistic is it for me to try and feed Tortilla a health potion?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You can get to the corner here, so you can't actually get to range of him
Well,
and
in
still
range
make an
one.
action.
I'm
You can
sorry.
move to range of one of the creatures.
Think about this. The only thing I could think of doing is burying Ludwig in earth, but I feel like that probably wouldn't help.
You could prevent them attacking him, but you'd then have to have time to clear it before he died.
I'm just going to do what angry orcs do best, and I'm going to hit this ghast
Okay,
with green flame blade.
fair enough. Go for it. I assume you're attacking with the great axe?
Yeah, so it's +8 now, is it? Plus
Yeah,
8.
it was 7, so it's now 8.
And I'm doing
12 will still hit.
Nice. Might as well do the second attack as well.
Sure thing. 19 will definitely hit.
So that's
So green flame blade will only be on the first one.
is that 2d8 now? Shit.
Yeah, you do 2d8 and 1d8 passes to another unit if you wanted to. But I wouldn't at this stage because it's not next to an enemy.
I think I've got this right. So it's 1d12 for each attack, 2d8 for the green flame blade, and then an extra 10 for the 2 physical attacks. Right?
So you're... Yeah, I think that sounds right. 33! Jesus. Okay, so with that, you've managed to take out the first ghast, or the number 2 ghast.
Right.
It just burns away from the green flame blade and general slashing.
So, action surge.
You want an action surge? Okay.
Well, can I use action surge to feed him a health potion now?
I'll say you could sprint and it's an action, unfortunately, to do the thing, so you wouldn't have the movement. And you wouldn't be able to move because you already moved. Action Surge doesn't give you your movement back.
Shit. I'm just going to glare at the other ghast then. Look at the ghast I've just defeated and say, "This is going to be you in a second."
The
Come at
ghast,
me.
it's now back to the top of the round, and it's the ghast's turn. So the ghast is going to attempt to make a feeding bite attack against Ludwig. Gets a 15 and a 17.
My armor class is 17.
So it does just make the hit.
Oh.
So it doesn't matter about damage. You take one more death saving throw. Failure.
Isn't it 2? Because he's a melee one.
No. If he crits, it's 2.
Okay.
It's only 1 for the thing. And so it's now your turn. You need to pass this.
Yeah, I'm not there for another
2.
turn, I think.
Unfortunately, with that, you do unfortunately perish. As the
Oh,
ball continues feeding on your body.
Oh.
You may want to start another character. I'm sorry about that. Teach you to think I have actually a kind heart.
There is. I was
Okay.
just chatting actually about after last one. I've got an idea for another character.
Oh, good.
One
Get
of
started on that. We'll let you roll your stats out this time.
one of the things is Merrick's got a hut here he could have used.
Oh, okay.
Oh, dear.
House.
Okay. So he's actually gone from the map. It's my first player death. I can't believe he died to 2 weak enemies.
Wait,
He just got fallen on alone.
we're still
Can-
living, though, right?
An unlucky hit.
Yeah, presumably we could recover items off him.
You'll be able to loot back the things from his body.
That's interesting how it's the most important thing. Whose turn is it?
Your turn, Minstrel. And Merrick, you'll be coming in at the end of this round.
I, overcome with grief, scream, Ludwig! And I want to rush at the ghost and stab him with my rape ear.
Okay, so now stepping on the corpse of Ludwig to try and stab at him.
Nice, you're also blocking the alley from me.
This is a great choice, because now I can have 2 player deaths. So, make your attack roll. No, you've got the exclamation point, you just did a 1.
Oops. Fuck.
Natural 1. So you've, in fact, stuck your rapier in the side of the wall next to the ghast.
Oh.
It'll be 1 turn to try and pull that out. You do still have 5, 10, 20 feet of movement you can still use after your attack.
Let me have a look at the map. Can I jump backwards?
Sure. How far do you want to move back? Go as far as there. Or
yeah, round about there.
So round about as far as you can go. So
Yeah.
it's an attack of opportunity against you. It gets a 14 plus 5 is 19.
That hits.
So I need a con saving throw.
Don't fail.
5, you are also paralyzed, so you did not make it that far. You jumped back as it swung at you, and I'll say you fell about there.
Ow.
So we'll now work out damage. You take 9 plus 3, 12 points of damage. Yeah. As a quick warning, whenever I give you guys a really good item, there is a catch.
I don't even know what that item is.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I'm
I
just
Oh,
don't
yeah,
think
I never
Ludwig ever
explained.
told us.
No, I'm hoping.
No, he never explained it, and now you'll have to work it out if you find it on his body.
No, I've got Speak with the Dead, so I can speak to him if I can get to him.
Fair enough. Okay, so at the start of this round, I need my next piece. Merrick, you've come and spotted roughly what's going on. So it's the gas. Oh no, Balador, it's your turn first.
Nice. I'm going to bonk him. With my
You're going to
great-
run up and bonk him, or do you want to hold your position there so you can actually get a group attacking him and not be one-on-one?
No, I'm going to run up and bonk him.
Okay, you're going to run up and bonk him. No worries. Okay, so make your attack roll. Zzz.
That's the green flame
13
blade
just hits.
attack, and this is the non-green flame blade attack.
24 definitely hits.
So it's just the same as before, isn't it?
Yeah. Ooh. So, same damage as before. 33! That is disgusting. It's not dead, but it's not looking very happy.
Surge.
Action surge. Okay, that means you're now starting a fresh round. I need you to make a constitution saving throw.
What? Starting a fresh round.
Because you're taking a new action in range of the creature already. If you start an action when you're in range of it, not you move in to make the range, there's a ability these creatures have. So I need you to make a constitution saving throw.
I didn't really understand any of that.
Make a con saving throw, I'll explain it.
This creature has an ability that means
All it says is I can take an additional action on top of my regular action.
Yeah, but since you're already in range and you haven't just come into range to make the action, you still need to make this save.
Okay. That is a +5.
Fair. So you should stand a good chance at this one. 17. Okay, does not affect you. That's fine.
Right.
25?
Green flame blade.
Yep. So roll damage.
I only get
And
one.
you get another. No, it's still your basic attack round, so you get another attack still.
Oh, right. Okay. Nice. Oh,
It's one additional action, and your action to attack is now 2 attacks.
I didn't know being a fighter would be this confusing.
It's a lot of math. 16 also hits.
Do I need to roll for damage? I mean, it's a minimum
Let's
of.
see. Yeah, the minimum damage with your strength modifier is 6, so actually no, 7 plus thing. 29. Yeah,
14.
just incinerated this thing.
Right.
Absolutely
Before anyone can
incinerated.
get there, I would like to pick up Ludwig's sword off the ground.
Okay, you now have his short sword.
Yeah, and
I don't need the rest of the pieces.
try and conceal it on my person somehow.
he did post in the end of session thing the stuff he had.
Oh,
Oh, I didn't see that.
Oh no, just pick it up and
fair enough. Yeah, I'll assume Merrick's going to come in and
I'd like to.
Teleport
Dead.
book.
yeah, we'll let Merrick come to that one when he can't speak with the dead, so Ludwig can explain it.
Okay.
Do I need to do a saving throw?
You will to recover, although once a minute has passed, it'll wear off. So make a saving throw, but
Can I ask Merrick? Can I ask you when you talk to him? Can I ask a question as well?
you'd have to ask Merrick to ask the question. Only he'll be able to speak with him.
11.
Need to
No.
check.
So you pass that.
Yeah, I can ask 5 questions.
Fair.
Okay. Can you ask him if he minds if I eat him?
Well, I mean, the part of the rules of this is the answers are brief, could be brief, cryptic, repetitive, and it's under no compulsion to tell the truth either.
I take the bottle of poison, thieves' tools, and healing potion.
Oh, I suppose
Okay.
we do know it's there.
Fair enough. So
I will ask him what the book does.
we'll move on to that now. So we'll assume you've cast Speak with the Dead.
Yeah, so
Ludwig, if you would like to.
people can give me ones to ask him.
And I take all his gold.
You take all his gold. Fair enough.
Simon here, still here, or
He's muted himself while he's sorting out another character.
While I'm looting him, by the way, I do wonder out loud, where's the flaming short sword I gave him?
I'm going to say it's here and it's mine.
Loot rules. Loot first. Answer questions later. Oh, also, that's a good point. I need to go on to the book details. Because with them dying, the page would have finished filling in.
Actually, do I even want this sword? I like my great axe.
Has anyone picked up the teleport book?
I'm
It's technically, as far as you guys know at the moment, it's just a children's picture book.
the book.
Okay.
I am picking it up as I
Oh, and
trapped the corpse. So,
I pull my rapier back out the wall.
Fair enough. Good call.
Torturer's tools. God.
Okay. So, Ludwig, if you are back to answer the questions from Merrick, remember it's got to be brief answers. So I'll say we'll cap you to 10 words.
Per answer.
He's going to type them out. Okay. No worries.
Where's the
Yeah, 10 words per answer. So Merrick, answer your questions, and then you'll get them typed out. So just
I suppose
recite them as if it was coming to the rest of the party.
what is this book? Be first one.
Yep, you're in range.
What did he say? Can we hear him? Can we hear Merrick asking the questions?
I
You
think
can hear Merrick asking the questions. You can't hear the answers, is my understanding of the spell.
Merrick, tell him I miss him.
You ask him if I can eat him.
So, okay. So, Merrick, you've got your answer to the first question. What's your second question? You only get 5, so I'm keeping track.
what?
Might consider how does it work?
Yeah. Like, yeah. How do you summon? Well, what does it summon? I don't know. I have 5 questions. How do you use it?
I think we're missing out on a really good RP moment here with Simon doing a ghostly voice.
Yeah, but he's got a character to sort out, so let him. Okay. So,
Words activate it.
looking at the book now, I'll assume you've picked it up.
I'm definitely picking it. Yeah.
Okay, so you can see the words written on the back. I will briefly link to you what they are. Story items, high-level items. Okay, so they'll go to you. I'll send them to you in a direct message, so you've got them saved somewhere.
Aye.
So you can tuck that aside for later. Okay, you've got 3 more questions.
I'm not asking the one about eating.
Okay, you've got 3. If you run out after 2, you can always ask it.
But anyone want to know anything?
You still don't actually know what the book does. Remember,
But yeah,
you know it summons things, and the words on the back activate it. But he should know more than that, because otherwise, why would he activate a book that just killed him
yeah. I mean, what
for no reason?
were you trying to do when you activated the book?
Well, let's say you've gone through the pages, so I'll send you what the current ones are.
Oh yeah. But
Hang on. Session note. Book location. So that's where you've seen inside the book. So on the left page is always a picture, and on the right page is the word.
I see. Yeah.
Or words. I cannot believe I had to kill a player only 8 sessions in.
I mean, this guy, yeah, pretty wild.
Mhm.
I'm crying over his body still, and I'd just like to say quietly to his corpse, Ludwig, you're relieved of duty.
Do you have a question?
No.
No, okay. Thank you. You feel his message in the chat touch gently on your brain as his spirit passes away. Merrick, you've got about a minute left before your spell would run out, so I'd hurry up with questions.
Ask him if he
Nothing.
minds.
Okay, I'm going to put forward a question for you. What does the book do other than summon things? Just because.
Ask that question, Merrick.
I wouldn't know to ask it, but
You would suspect there must have been a reason he'd activate it.
I did ask why. But
You didn't ask why. You asked what it does, and then you asked how it works.
I would ask, why?
Yeah, why did you activate the book? While he's typing an answer, I'm going to quick.
Teleport.
Yep, that's fine. That's in the 10-word limit.
Yeah. Cool.
So
Teleport.
you've now got 2 questions left before this runs out. Do you want to, since you're a cleric, maybe ask if he wants any funerary rites or anything he wants you to do for him?
Is there anything you want me to do with your body?
Feed it to the orc.
Let's see.
Poor tear.
I'm still crying over his body, but I've also, while crying, used one of his daggers, and I'm quietly cutting out his heart. Keep with me.
I'm going to notice this, and I'm going to just cut off a flank of meat. Just like a bit of rump.
You don't know what his answer was to that question.
Yeah, I told you.
I don't care what his answer was.
We're going to bury him.
Okay, for the last question, I'm going to put it forward from Eric. Is there anything you'd like us to do for you?
Didn't we already
I.e.,
He just asked that. and he
no,
said
no,
he didn't
that
give a
was
shit.
funerary rites.
Body.
This is more revenge on anyone, so on and so forth.
I
Yeah,
still get my
that.
flank of turtle meat, don't I?
You can still take a flank of turtle meat.
I'd just like to say, after we're done mourning our dead, I'd like to go find a vendor who sells both health potions and vinegar.
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 Okay. You could ask Merrick if he knows any merchants who might.
Merrick, my big elephanty man friends.
Okay.
I
So
say
with that- hang on.
unusually cheerfully.
Hang on, just let me wrap up the spell very quickly. With that, we'll go with Ludwig's body now goes completely limp, and I will have, say...
Animating.
No. Yeah, I was going to say the animated spirits kind of pass out at the end of your spell as it now drifts off into the sky. Not to hell before you type it in the chat.
Did anybody take the 245 gold yet?
Yep.
So,
Shit.
have we divvied up all his loot now?
It's not divvied.
By divvied up, you mean
Sure.
just grabbed it?
Mm.
Then yes, I think so.
Yep. I mean, he's still got his weapons on him, but everything except the flaming sword, which has mysteriously vanished.
No, I told you I took it.
Oh, you've told us.
Jesus. He's averaging some really good rolls for this. So he's got
What's going on?
he's rolling stats for a new character.
16, 42.
It might be. Are you sure it's not 4 and drop the lowest? 5 seems a bit strong.
You can do it one of 2 ways. It depends if... Yeah, do 4, because 5's coming out ridiculously.
Okay, I'll do that out in a bit. Okay, you guys carry on.
You can do it in the end of session character one if you want to. have it just somewhere else, so everyone doesn't ask questions. He's
Okay.
doing also rolling out for character stats is what I'm going to have you guys do if you remake a new character. First characters will be standard array to guarantee some strength, and then new characters will be done rolled out, so you get wild variations if you do create one.
I would like to pick up Ludwig and carry him to the funeral parlour. Merrick, where's the funeral parlour?
I should probably do that. But I
Yeah.
guess I would know where they buried people here.
Most of the people are taken to the chantry to be cremated.
Although I think
However,
actually I'm going to take him.
if the main graveyard is out the back of the chantry,
I might take him to my hut,
bodies. Fair.
bury him in the land there.
Fair enough.
I guess
Fair
I
enough.
A paladin or a cleric, and he didn't really know this place, so
Yeah,
guess I
there's a
have.
nice lake there. He was a pirate. He could enjoy that.
On the way to Merrick's hut, do we pass any vendors?
you pass the whole.
You've passed the main market as you've gone there. Actually, if you look at the map from where
Can
you
I?
were,
can
you
I-
were at the bottom left corner of the Druids Park. You've just gone across it and then straight
Okay.
down to where Merrick's hut is.
Can I inquire with a vendor?
So you want to head into the market? Shall we do Ludwig's funeral first and then worry about the market for this?
I'll just get him buried.
I'm a little bit anxious because I'm currently carrying a very sodden heart. So
Fair enough.
I do want to get it preserved
ask
as quickly as possible.
Merrick the question of if he would know anyone who'd likely to sell vinegar.
Merrick, do you know anyone who sells vinegar?
I mean, I only know of one food vendor, and she used to give me fruit snacks.
So
But-
that would be Yuki. You could also recommend possibly Mikas.
Possible. He's a religious vendor, so you won't like him. But
He might have vinegar for purifying an area or a body, for example.
or there's a dodgy artifact merchant, but he might not be much use.
Okay. So,
Yeah, I suppose.
Minstrel, you head off towards the market. Merrick, you've gone with the body now to
Go to my hut.
go to your hut and dig a grave.
Mm.
So we'll assume that takes you a few hours.
Mm.
So we'll run
So
Merrick
I've
at the
got a-
market.
I've got an axe that can.
Oh yeah, you can instantly dig a fucking hole.
I'll
You'd have
do
Yeah.
to then
Also,
have
I'd like to know how Merrick got the body off me.
picked up before you.
Yeah.
I was right by him while I was talking to him. So
Yeah, he had to be by the body to do it, so he'd be next to it. So we'll say he's carried it off. I won't worry about a strength check for this because, to be honest, the two of you can carry him over.
he has been carved up a bit by ghouls and ghasts. So
Yeah, they were kind of eating him a little.
Yeah, look at this terrible ghast wound in his flank.
Okay, so while you two go
It's up to you.
dig Ludwig a small grave out by the lake. Minstrel, so you've now come up the top of the Druids Park back to the market.
And I would like to approach the vendor that Merrick specified.
He specified two. Do you remember their names?
I was not listening to him. I know one of them sells food, and the other one does religious rites. So I suppose
That was a
I'll
Yuki.
find the nearest person and ask them.
Okay, so the nearest person you grab is the paladin standing guard at the edge of the market. He says, "You're probably looking for Yuki and Mikas." Yuki sets up near the well in the middle, and Mikas is over towards the chantry.
I thank him and I pass him 1 gold piece.
He flicks it back to you and says, "Again, we do not take tips. You now recognize him as Brother Damien."
Hi, Brother Damien. Sorry, my mistake. And I bow at him and then go to see Yuki.
The bow is an excessive move.
Thought you hated him.
Oh dear. Okay, so you head over to Yuki by the vendor. The half-elf lady comes up from behind the store and says, "Yes, how can I help you, sir?"
Hello, Yuki. I have been on the hunt for a jar of vinegar.
"A
Do you
jar?
have any of this in stock?
We have a few bottle, but a jar we wouldn't have, I'm afraid."
Oh, gonna make this difficult. Can I buy perhaps 4 bottles of vinegar from you?
Sure. She brings out 4, what looks to them about half-liter bottles.
Make that 1 bottle of vinegar,
Are you
having seen
sure?
the size.
You may still want to go for 2. The turtle heart's going to be fairly large.
2. Make that 2, having suddenly been advised by a voice in my head.
Good call. Your character's also schizophrenic. Very well. That'll be 2 gold.
Deal! That's a fine price. Do you happen to know where I would buy some large jars?
The glass vendor's over towards the dwarven area of town up the north. You can see it as she points over to.
Right, you are. I will take my leave, I say with a dramatic bow,
Okay, very good.
and go to the glass vendor.
Okay, the glass vendor comes up. It's a short dwarven man who's got soot in his beard. He's been working and I hate the fact I know this, the glory hole which you use to blow glass into shape. That is the right term.
Good day, sir. I'm looking to buy a large jar.
Okay,
Do you have anything suitable in stock?
as he turns around, you now once again recognize Yorick's father.
Oh,
And
you again.
Yes, me again. Hello there. Are you back? You want a jar this time? Is the belt causing you problems?
No, I'm doing some alchemy, you see, and I just need a large jar.
Do you have a rough size estimate of what you'd be putting in it?
Oh, Christ.
You want me to describe the rough size of a turtle heart for you?
Yeah.
Okay. So, the turtle heart would be approximately the size of your head.
Something approximately the size of my head, please.
Jar large enough to fit your head in, I see. Give me a moment, and he then goes under the counter and brings up a rather nice glass jar.
I'd just like to specify to him, I want a jar big enough to fit my head in. So after I've stored some, say, jam, I get my head in and lick it clean. Because I hate you get a little bit stuck at the bottom.
I see. So, waste not, want not, I suppose. Very well, that'll be 10 gold pieces. Is there anything else I can get for you?
No, sir, that's all I need.
I'm going to give you a quick reminder. You wanted to buy some empty vials for your other plant thing?
Did I?
Remember the thing that happened in the chantry with the giant plant?
Oh, yes. Can I buy, let's say, 50 small vials, please?
He brings up a small crate and says, I have 30 here, but you'd have to wait a day or 2 till I build some more.
I'm happy with 30.
30, very well. That'll be a total of then 50 gold.
Deal!
Okay, you pay the man and take your large jar and your small vials.
And I'm now going to start making my way back to the funeral, but I'd like to pop in an alleyway quick out of sight.
Sure, so you wait till you get back to the same sort of area where, along the edge of the Druid Park, where the alleys lead into it, and pop into the first one.
I would like to decant my vinegar into a large jar.
Sure.
And then hastily put Ludwig's heart in the vinegar jar.
Sure. You finish topping it up with the rest of the vinegar, and then I assume seal the lid on?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah, okay. And what are you doing with this heart in a jar?
I'm now putting this in my bag of holding.
Okay, because it won't break in there.
Yep.
I assume you're also going to put the vials in?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So you now have an empty crate unless you put them in the crate.
I'm going to discard the crate.
Okay. So you just leave that in the alleyway?
Yep.
Placed, unfortunately for you, underneath someone's window, but we'll come back to that later. Yeah, you worked that one out. So you then head over to. Actually, you don't know where Merrick's hut is.
I start roaming the city, going, Balador! Balador! Balador!
Which way are you heading? I know
Um,
roughly where you are on the map.
let me just have a look at the map.
You'd be in that first alley from.
I
Druid
on
haven't
the
got
left.
a copy of the map. For
I will
fuck's
No,
tweak it
no,
over
the
for you.
lake. No.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, oh, that's a good point. It was mentioned it's by the lake. So you know he lives by a lake. There are two, and he lives in a hut, so you can assume it's not attached to other buildings.
I head right on the map.
So east.
Yeah.
Okay. So are you heading towards the east lake? So as you reach the edge of town, you can now see the rather nice lake and the small wooden hut placed by it.
Balador! Balador! Balador!
At this point, Baldor, you would be able to hear him.
Who's there?
It's me, Minstrel.
Oh, hi. Come over. We're burying Tortilla.
I suddenly remember that the pickled heart I've got is not just a souvenir, and my dear bodyguard has died, so I'm suddenly solemn again.
Yes. Oh dear.
It would be right for you to take his cutler gold, seeing as he was hired by you.
Yeah, I was going to say it's. Well,
I suppose
you
he's
can-
there because of him, technically.
yeah.
So you got him killed. You just left him.
All you
I-
had to do was risk the potion and getting
Mm.
bitten once.
Yeah.
Oh dear. So
That's going to
after
add to my further resentment of
you didn't know he got him killed. To be fair,
True, but
you
Right,
showed up
they
after.
were
that.
there when he died. So that's...
I'll just have it be known, and I'm sure Balador, being a warrior, would understand. I did not approve of Ludwig deserting me, and I have no idea why he was even engaged in combat. So I personally feel no guilt for his death, just upset that he is gone and he's no longer protecting me.
I'll use that time to tell him what I found out.
Okay. So you explained that the book would teleport you by reading the words on the page, and that unfortunately, adding a new place by reading the words on the back seems to summon some monsters.
So who's Lady Catherine?
Mm.
You will have to investigate that on your own time.
I'll have to find that out somewhere.
Right. It's about time you went to the Adventurers Guild, isn't it?
So I suppose we can do that next.
Depending on the time of day, how long's it been? But
Let's see. You came here. You got here about midday. We'll assume about an hour or two past while you were shopping, and Ludwig was sneaking away and then getting himself killed. I'd say it's probably about 3-4 in the afternoon. So you'll need to find a carriage driver if you want to take a carriage back. Still,
if you want to stay here till morning, but
you might want to try and book the carriage driver first, and then
we can,
settle in for the night.
otherwise we'll get back at the Adventurers Guild at night.
To be fair, it's like a 2-day trip.
Yeah, so we're going to be out a long time. Well, the offer's there for them to stay in my hut after we found a
Fair enough.
carriage driver.
Right.
Free.
Let's stay in the hut then.
Okay, so you're going to stay in the hut. Who's going to go look for a cart driver?
Suppose Merrick can, as he knows his way around a bit more.
Sure. You make your way over to the Paladin's base and ask, because that's where you'd know the most people, if there's anyone that they know who might be able to lend you a hand in getting back to Iredell. At which point you run into Matron Megara,
Ah, I see.
standing to her full height, looking over you, and says, "Very well. I shall have someone arrange to meet you at the southwestern gate tomorrow morning. Just tell them I sent you. You should spot them easy enough."
No, it's perfect. I'm forever in your debt.
Just try not to waste what I taught you, as she now strikes you gently on the head. Remembering at this point, standing to her full height, she stands at 8'9". One of the few people you've ever met taller than you. Yeah, as I say, Dragonborns are huge.
Silver as well.
Yeah.
Shiny.
Shiny. So after this, you head back to the hut and settle into your bed for the night while the boys use the floor, I assume.
I use my bedroll on the floor.
Fair enough. And Minstrel?
I'd also like to cook up Ludwig and tearfully eat him in my own
I'm not
personal
going to do that in my hut.
remembrance.
You
Outside.
go outside and sear him on a small skillet.
Minstrel's staying outside, so he's not
Fair
going
enough.
I would like to smash the windows of his cabin.
There are no windows. It
I-
is literally 4 wooden walls hastily put up. It's like they just put it there because he was too big to stay anywhere else.
I'm playing with my tinderbox.
Bomb.
Don't burn it down.
Don't make it so there's 2 player deaths. I will attack you. We do that. And I will summon my paladins.
Fair enough.
I would like to leave this this elephant to it, and I'm going to go stay in luxury in an inn in the city.
Okay, you begin heading into the city. Make an investigation check to find an inn.
What kind of city hasn't got signposts?
The
Right, so
religious.
fucking religious cities. 1d20 plus investigation. Where are you? 4.
You're directed by a helpful paladin towards the Holy Arms.
I'll have you know, as a misnomer, there's no such thing as a helpful paladin. I
Holy arms.
The Holy Arms is the large building just behind the paladin's base.
Gonna stay there?
fucking hate this city. Yes, I suppose I'm going to have to stay there.
Okay.
And I will approach the landlady and say, I'm afraid my esteemed adventurer colleague who... let me try again. My esteemed adventurer colleague is not a very generous man, you see. He's very, very, very selfish, this Merrick. And I'd like to book a room for the night.
I see. Well, you're welcome to book a room for the evening. It'll cost you 10 gold pieces.
I willingly partake with 10 gold pieces.
Ah, very kind. Very good of you, sir. We'll have dinner sent up to your room as well.
Very kind. And I bow dramatically.
They send up a rather nice pie with some steak and kidney in it.
Ooh.
I've wanted a pie for a long time.
Yes. As well as a small dessert of whipped cream with some fruit.
What kind of dessert is that? Just here's some whipped cream.
That's quite a complex thing for them to have made, to be fair.
But I'm very happy with my food.
Fair enough.
In fact, I think this might be the only place in this city that I like.
Fair enough. Unfortunately, it's called the Holy Arms.
Yeah. And it's right by the paladins.
But I am choosing to interpret the term holy as in something that contains holes rather than
Spell
religious.
It is not spelled that way.
Yeah. Oh, I can't read.
The bard apparently cannot read.
He's just so.
I'm choosing to live in this fantasy because I'm really unhappy about being here.
Fair enough. Okay, so we come to the next morning. So at the minute, Minstrel, you know where the others are, but I suppose Merrick and Ballador don't actually know where you are.
I
Bloody
wanted
also-
turfed out.
to mention
You
where the
also-
it's going to be, so we can all, I guess.
You can, yeah. I'll say so. You'll head over and meet up at the cart after breakfast. So mark off your rations for the morning, or Minstrel, you can choose to pay 2 silver for a simple breakfast.
I will have a simple breakfast. In fact,
You
can
get
I
granola.
have a slightly more extravagant breakfast?
Sure, you get eggy bread and bacon. It costs you 3 silver instead.
Okay.
Bacon. So after breakfast, you meet over at the southwestern entrance, where there is a cart waiting for you, being pulled by 2 very strong-looking horses. There is a young dragonborn sitting atop it.
Good
Hello.
morning, Dragonborn.
Ah, hello there. How can I help you?
We are the adventurers. Matron Magera.
Ah, yes. She did mention I'd recognize one of you, and then didn't give a description. I felt it was kind of rude. But I see why she said it. Please, hop aboard, we'll get going. As you now see the trainee paladin tabard he's wearing.
I would like to say to him, he shouldn't waste his time training to be a paladin, as they're all thieves.
Well, I'm sure that's not true. It's in the tenets against it. However, there's not a lot else to do for work in this city.
Can always get out and walk.
Also a good option for use. As you now set off towards Iridal. World map, please.
Be to accept help from the paladins when you need it.
I would like to, in revenge to Merrick, or not let me say in his abode, I'd like to. Where the hell is it?
You going for Bestowed House?
No. I'd like to sneak the slightly more rotten human spleen into his rations.
Make a sleight of hand check and make a perception check. Oh no, passive perception, sorry. So that's 14 for you now.
14 now, yeah.
4 second.
20. So you do manage to sneak it into his bag, into his ration.
I'm sure next time I go into my rations, I'll spot it.
That would be lunchtime in a few hours, so.
Yeah.
It's, yeah, I'll work out a roll to do for how many of them it managed to row in.
Right.
So, the day wears on as you travel gently down the road towards Roustop first, along the main road. You see mainly pilgrims heading towards Godholm. The usual sort of fare. You do see a cart coming the other way, which appears to contain a fellow group of adventurers.
Hello.
Greetings, adventurers.
Hello?
Hello there. Are you heading
Are
back
you-
to the guild, friends? Says the human sitting at the head of the cart.
Certainly are, to collect our cash and coin.
I
Just
see.
rid a town of some ghosts.
I see. I saw that job. We're currently ourselves heading off to deal with a dragon.
Ooh, good luck.
Hmm.
Fought our fair share of those.
Oh, excuse me.
I used to be an adventurer like you.
Remind me to make you take an arrow to the knee for that one at some point.
Claw to the Tortollan thing.
Any news of the road, adventurers?
Well, Roustop seems to have improved lately. However, I wouldn't stay there long. They're having to rally some guards to head to Cleethorpes.
Why is that, my friend?
Some incident there has unfortunately burned down the guards' housing and killed many of them.
Do you think it could be this dragon you seek?
Unfortunately, we doubt it. The dragon we seek is blue, I think, wasn't it? Sorry, 1 second. Quest board. 5-star. Dragon. Yes, the dragon we seek is blue. They don't breathe fire. So it's unlikely to have started one.
I see. Well, best of luck to you, adventurers.
Very good. We shall see you when we return.
Speed.
And to you, the carts now pass each other and continue down the road. You reach Rouse Stop by evening, and the young trainee paladin dragonborn hops off the cart and heads straight into the pub after stabling the horses.
A good time for us to stop and have a little rest as well, I guess, for the night.
So you're all spending money on. Also, Merrick, you lost after lunchtime 8 rations.
Okay, I will use Purify Food and Drink
Oh, good call. You get to keep them.
on it. So, yeah.
You
Save all
bastard!
You knew that was coming, didn't you?
I lost a perfectly good spleen.
Yeah, I'm going to, obviously, I'm just going to burn the spleen.
Fair enough.
And I have used a spell slot, but if it's overnight, we're resting. So.
Isn't Purify Food and Drink a cantrip?
No,
Oh, fair.
it's actually my
First level.
transmutation thing.
Fair enough. Okay, so total cost for the evening. Who's going to stay up drinking and who's going to go straight to bed after eating?
I'm going bed.
I'm gonna go to bed. I'm too depressed.
Straight to
Fair
sleep.
enough. So
A good time.
the
Tasty.
the inn cost in total each of you 2 gold and 2 silver.
What?
That's your room for the night and a meal. You think that's bad? Minstrel got ripped off at the Holy Arms.
Yeah.
I wasn't ripped off at all. That was a fine place to stay.
Fair enough.
I have whipped cream.
Mm. Okay, so the meal's fairly standard. It's a nice stew with some crusty bread, and there's a mug of ale to wash it down with. After that, you spend a night in comfort before meeting your dragonborn, who is up before dawn, once again sitting ready for you on the cart.
I think we should go. Don't need to.
Fair enough.
Don't think
So
we need
you
to
begin heading straight off to Iredell, and as you begin, you set off for the day, unless anyone else wants to do anything else here.
No.
think so.
No.
Okay. Thankfully, the horses provided are exceptionally quick, and do manage to get you to Iredell by that evening's sundown.
Yay.
Nice. Are the shops still open?
The shopkeepers are just closing up. You'd have time to probably visit one before
I'd
they
like
were all
to visit
closed.
The charcoal shop.
The charcoal
Like
shop.
10 gold's worth of.
So you want to head to the far side of town. I'm going to need an athletics check. I'm assuming you're hopping off the carriage.
I'll get down carefully.
Yeah, you know what I mean. I still need an athletics check. I want to see if you can run to the far side of town before it closes. 10. Unfortunately, it's closed when you get there.
Oh. Alright, I'm gonna go to the Adventurers Guild.
Okay. That one opening up Iredell. Okay. So, back at the Adventurers Guild, you meet up with Merrick and Minstrel, who've beaten you there by a short amount of time.
Hello, American Minstrel. Just
They
had a
said-
quick jog.
Howdy.
They've sent the Dragonborn trainee paladin on his way back to Godholm. Oh, sorry, in addition. And just gathering up all their backpacks, etc., to get ready to go inside.
Shall we enter, friends?
We should.
Okay. You enter the Adventurers Guild, and once again in the foyer, there's very few people about as time has gone by. However, you do still notice there is someone at reception. This time it is a young man, human.
Greetings, human.
Hello, man.
Hello there. I see you're with us. How can I help?
We've just successfully completed a mission. By the way, I'm Balador the Brave.
I see.
You are?
And
From Pendle.
I see. Very nice. My name is Thomas. And do you have your completion letter?
We
We do.
certainly do. And I gesture to Merrick to hand it over.
I'll hand it over gladly.
I see. Very good. Allow me to fetch your reward for this quest. I shall be back momentarily, as he heads out to the back room. At which point he comes back with a small sack containing 600 gold pieces.
I would suggest we take 200 each, I think, for this.
Sounds good to me.
I nod.
Okay. So you each take 200 gold pieces from the bag. And he says, yes, and there was the issue of the cart. It never actually managed to return.
Yes, we were attacked on the road by gnolls.
By Nolans, you say? Heading towards Pendle. Interesting.
Sure what they were, but
We were heading towards Pendle. I don't know where the gnolls were heading.
No, it's fine. I just need to make a note. As he writes something down on a piece of paper behind the counter before sliding it into a drawer. Very good. Well, will you be taking another quest immediately, or do you plan to spend the evening in your assumed lodgings?
I think we'll take a look at them.
Okay. At which point, Merrick, I would like you to make a history and perception check.
I'll do
Oh, what have you
perception first.
done?
Oh, shit.
Yeah, perception first, history after.
Yeah. 20, I think it's +3 for perception.
I'm going to add Ludwig to my bonds.
Okay.
History check. +4.
Okay. So you don't spot it from distance.
No.
However, you do still manage to see this as one of the listed quests in the 1-star region as you've gone over to the board.
Let's see. Yeah. I would like to point this out to my dear friends. Pointing
Hey,
at the name
Catherine,
on the list.
bitch.
Not trying to give anything away to the man behind the counter.
Fair enough. He's a good 20 feet away from where you are now.
Okay.
I think he may have heard me loudly exclaiming, "Lady Catherine, that bitch."
Fair enough. At which point he chuckles to himself under his breath. He's very young. The idea of swearing still, he finds it comic.
Depends.
Okay, so I will now put up the full quest board list.
Izala.
Hmm.
Izala.
Don't know where that is.
Good look at the map.
Oh yeah, I see it.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Quite
So
far.
message is over 2,000 characters. Jesus.
Oh,
Okay,
my
I'll just have to paste and upload. You'll have to pull it up as a message text.
message.text. Open with notepad.
Hopefully, whatever you like.
Hunt trials in the open forest. Lakeview. Oh,
Lakeview was the one I was quite interested in.
10,000 gold.
Mm.
Feel like
The 3-star quest did nearly take you out.
Yeah.
No.
But it's only because I wanted to head up to there. Because that mountain was interesting me.
Oh, well, how about we do this one? Report to head librarian Yelka. She.
Oh, sorry, have I forgotten to take that off? Yes, I have. Sorry, that one's gone. Obviously, that's the one you just finished.
Take that one
Oh, a
out.
worthy challenger. Meet me north of Riverbend.
That's very nearby, to be fair.
Oh, so it is. I say.
Yeah.
This one looks interesting, but I guess it's not really a group one.
Well, I mean,
I could defeat anyone in single combat.
Well,
I would point back. I would probably be drawn back to the one you looked at originally.
That
Also, which I suddenly realized I've sent you the wrong thing. I sent
Oh.
you the one with all the details on it. Please don't read any more of that. I'm going to send you the right one now.
what detail? There aren't details on it.
Yeah, there are. Just don't look at that anymore. Sorry.
so I closed it. Shall delete that one.
Yeah, please delete that. That's better.
I don't think it does have details on it.
Also,
More-
number 4 in 4-star is also not there yet. It does have some details on it I don't want you to see.
Right.
So
What do you
these are the
think?
ones with the taglines.
What do you think, Merrick?
Hmm.
I should have
mean,
realised something was wrong there.
10,000 gold pieces is a lot of money.
It is.
It is. But it probably means you're dealing with something rather dangerous.
Yeah. Tempting.
5,000 gold pieces is also quite a lot of money. Where's the Elven Forest?
The Elven Forest, you look at your map very briefly and spot Hollow Tree being the Elven capital.
Quite.
I see.
Quite
Well,
a
that's
way.
on the way to Izala, where if we want to fulfill Tortilla's dying request,
Mm.
we can go and burn Izala to the ground.
And it is.
I
does
say
also
quietly.
the road up to Hollow Tree does go past that Sherfield place
Sounds good to me.
that you
But
were
we-
interested in.
Yep.
So-
So we can go party at Sherfield. We could actually pop by Riverbend so I can defeat this pretender.
I mean, if if you want to go at that one, that's something I'm not going to join in with, probably. But
Mm.
it's a single combat.
Okay, do you want to? So, I'll read you the quick one for Drow Elves. The details are limited. However, it does say to report to Hunter Isola in Hollow Tree for help finding them.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
you would be heading there to get to it.
So we could take that one.
Yeah, let's accept that one.
And you wanted the worthy challenger, but
Well, it depends if you guys
Sure.
want to make a detour past Riverbend.
I mean it's practically right next door. So
You can watch me
We can-
stay.
I'm too depressed to even care what adventure we go on. I'm just following and mourning and stroking my pickled heart.
Fair enough.
Your beef hut.
we can go up to Riverbend. And
Right.
Yeah, it's pretty
I
much
will
on the way.
take down. I will take down a worthy challenger.
Mhm.
Drows in the forest, and why not come to Izala's casino? And I'll
That
have-
one's more of a advertisement. You don't need to take that one down.
yeah, we'll
Okay,
just
well,
It's like the one that says "Come train at the Wizards Guild." They're advertising a service. That's why there's no gold reward, obviously.
and I will ask Thomas.
Hmm.
Thomas, do you
Yeah.
know anything about this worthy challenger?
Well,
Who is
a rather scary gentleman in heavy armor brought it by.
heavy armor? You say? What
Yeah.
is he an orc?
I couldn't see his face. He had a full helmet on.
is he big?
Interesting.
He was about as tall as you are, sir.
Are you,
Oh.
are you directing that to
To
Merrick?
Merrick.
Blimey.
Oh, good, he's bigger than me.
The big boy.
Balador, yeah, but there's a slight trembling in Balador's voice as he says, "I would like to accept this one
Okay.
and this one as well." And I hand him the Drow Elves.
Elves.
Let's see. So I assume your group will be taking that one.
Hmm.
And you will be accepting this one. Very well. The difference with this quest is the gentleman requested to hand the reward to you personally. I'm not sure how he's going to do that after you've killed him, so I will assume he's got the reward money on him.
Good.
Very
Will
well.
you be needing transport? We could send you as far as Riverbend, or we could arrange it directly to Hollow Tree.
And we may go to Riverbend first, and then I guess we could come back.
Hmm.
And then see if we can
So,
go
would
straight-
you like to leave that one there for now and just head for that quest first? Remember, we do set a time limit on our quests of preferably within a week or two,
Probably
and
best.
Hollow Tree is a fair distance away.
Yeah, I think
All right. To
take a few days to get there. So.
Okay.
we'll go River Brand. Are we,
So,
what we do?
so I assume you're sleeping for the night till morning, then you're heading north of Riverbend to go.
In the morning, I would like to get some charcoal and do my ritual quest to get magical bark back.
Sure. So you'll want to collect the brazier from your room as well.
Yeah.
So okay, so we'll come to that when we get to it. So you set in for the evening and have a nice, relax, normal things. Unless anyone wants to do anything this evening.
No, I think I'm okay. I'm all right.
Stocked up and everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then in the morning, after Baldur has spent some time spending 10 gold on charcoal, herbs, and incense.
Can I also buy some rations as well?
Sure, let me just pull up the price of rations.
I should probably get some rations actually to stock up.
You've got quite a long journey to Hollow Tree. You're going to head there next.
So have I got magical bark back now? Do I have to do anything?
You can now perform the ritual.
Yeah.
After you've taken the cart, I presume.
Can we say he's an osprey? So basically, he's a hawk, exactly the same as before, but he can fish.
Fine.
Good. Okay.
I will give him advantage on checks, but no bonus to it. If it includes fishing.
I mean, all I need is for him.
So 1 day of rations will cost you 5 silver pieces.
1 day of rations, 5 silver pieces.
Oh,
I would like to buy, and that's 3 rations, is it?
Essentially, yeah. So 3 meals would be in that.
I think I'll buy 2 weeks.
2 weeks. So 14 times 5, cut in half the 14. So you spend 7 gold on rations.
I'll
Yeah,
do that as well.
No problem. So how many?
So I'm up to 17 days.
3 times 14. Okay.
3 times 14 is 42.
Cool.
How much did you say that was? Sorry.
7 gold.
Okay. Right. Good.
Okay. We'll assume you're setting up. Minstrel, did you want to buy anything before you left for watching Galador fight this giant?
Yeah, is there anyone who sells healing potions?
Healing potions, you can. I think you went to the potion vendor before, so you managed. Oh no, that was Ludwig was tracking them down when he was trying to get poisons.
Sure, we got here before.
Yeah, so you can. So you ask around the market for a few minutes before you're sent to the usual store most adventurers are sent to want potions. Older lady comes out and says, "Yes, how can I help you, dear?" Pinching your...
Hello, dear. I would like to buy 10 potions of healing, please.
Standard potions of healing, very good. That'll be 250 gold.
5 potions of healing, please.
125 then.
I would like to persuade her to lower her price, if at all possible, or a batch order.
Yes.
How much did you just say?
It's 125 for the 5. So the difficulty of this will be based on the discount you want. So the more you want to get off, the harder it's going to be.
I'll give you 75.
So buy 3 get 2. Buy 3 get 2 free. Basically, is what you're after there. Okay, make a persuasion roll. I'm just going to start cleaning this before we come to Balador's fight.
Ooh.
Assume that's a fail.
Yes, that's not going to pass, unfortunately. He says, no, there's not nearly enough being bought there to get a discount of that size. If you were purchasing in bulk, I could knock that sort of discount off, but you'd be wanting to buy at least 20.
I would like to look her dead in the eyes and say, well, you, madam, have lost my business, and I leave without making any purchase.
Very well. And she now lets you walk out because she knows she can sell their healing potions.
I would like to, within sight of the store,
Yep.
I would like to plant one of my yellow bean. Well, my remaining yellow bean.
Okay. So you plant it and form. Actually, it's stone floor there. You might need to find some dirt first. Because you're in the marketplace.
Fuck's sake. I don't plant it, and I don't worry about it for now.
Okay. So you're heading back to the cart currently waiting to take you to Riverbend.
Yeah, and I loudly say to Balador, don't bother trying to buy potions here. That woman's a rip-off.
Actually, they're quite expensive.
A rip-off, I say.
The ones you got from Chartan were as a favour for purchasing the item. So,
Noted.
after this, you head north to Riverbend. And from there, you can see the military training school that's located there as you head further north to the designated location. From there, you can now see what's clearly been set up as the combat area. There is a large dirt circle with drawn torches around it. The driver
By the way,
hops
on the
off
way,
and says, "Oh, sorry."
I'd just like to mention to my party, if it goes badly, stab him in the back.
I don't think I'm going to do that. It's a single combat. I can't.
Right.
Basically, a duel.
I will acknowledge Balador's request.
Okay. I was going to mention, you guys may want to consider how you might be able to, say, help him without the orc noticing.
Well, to start with,
The orc.
Or without the opponent noticing. It's not an orc, sorry.
how far
I saw
away?
the storyline from Skyrim.
How far away are we from this situation?
You'll be standing, I assume, at the edge of the combat circle, which is, I shall draw it up now for you.
Well,
So
I'm gonna before we engage in combat, take Balador aside, out of sight, and play him a little tune to inspire him.
Fair enough.
So this flaming short sword I've got, I can dual wield that, right?
If you have another short sword, yeah.
Can I use my battle axe?
No, that's too heavy for that, unfortunately.
Balador,
Yeah.
add a D6 inspiration dice. I
Nice.
Okay. So,
think it's a D6.
Sounds right.
Right, I'm going to stand in the circle and I'm going to
Okay.
say, your challenger. I can't think of the word. Your challenger has arrived. Prepare to be
I'm just going to
defeated.
put where the boys will be watching from. Oh, where the fuck are their tokens? There they are. So we'll say, Minstrel, you're standing on that side, and Merrick, you're standing over here.
Mm-hmm.
And the driver will arbitrarily be standing here by one of the torches, keeping warm and watching.
Yeah, I don't think Minstrel and Merrick would stand together.
Yeah, no. Also, by spreading you out a fraction, it means you have better chances of trying to help subtly.
Well,
So he's got the inspiration, guys. Yeah. So you can't really do much stealthily, but you get the idea. So, Minstrel, you're over here. Merrick, you're over here. Balador, you're over there. You two will both get a chance to make an action at the top of each combat round, but obviously, you can't. If you directly get involved, there will be words of cheating. At which point, I will also say there are. Where's number 2? Oh, I just used it for that guy. He has his own second standing at the back of the ring. So, Balador, you've come and laid out your challenge. He says,
Yeah.
Very well.
What?
Let
By the
us-
way, what
Oh.
damage does this short sword do? Is it
1d6.
plus 2d6 fire damage?
Yeah.
If I
No.
light it.
Let me double check that. Ludwig, you had the information for the short sword. Can you post it out for us quickly? What extra fire damage does? What was your sneak and what was the fire? Because I know you rolled.
It's 2d6 fire damage.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. Just making sure. So 2d6 fire damage. That's
Shit,
fine.
I should have grabbed an extra short sword.
Okay. So he says, "Very well, let us begin." As he now, bonus action to light it with "get lit," as I believe the words were. So as he now draws his great sword and takes a battle-ready stance, he's still wearing full plate armor head to toe.
High rolls.
You are going to need some high roll. I'm just pulling up his stats.
What was this? 4? Oh no, 3. Listen.
3. It's only killing necessarily one
nice.
initiative. 19. Okay.
We nearly died on a 3-star.
So Balador, you'll be going first, followed by the warrior.
How does saving a turn work then?
You can hold your turn until you can specify, for example. So until he's in attack range, until so on and so forth.
So, I think I'll do that then.
Okay. I'm just going to pull up the story character.
Also, I think I'm going to use my my big axe. I'm not going to use my short sword.
Fair enough. Okay. Okay, so it's your turn first. So when do you want to move at all?
Can I do anything if I hold my turn?
You can move and then hold the attack for your turn, or so on and so forth.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that. I'll move halfway towards him and gesture for him to say, "Bring it on."
Right. So you want to move forward 1, 2, 3, 4 squares before taunting him.
Yeah.
He now looks back at you and chuckles lightly under his breath before launching a charge attack.
Charge attack. Is
yes.
this something I should have known about the whole time I've been playing Dungeons and Dragons?
No, this is a custom unit. It's a feat you can pick at level 4.
Ah.
Or
Okay.
in your case, at level 6, you could when you got the next level. So he gets a total of plus strength
Is he in range now?
21. He will be. So the attack range is 21.
So, because I was holding my turn.
Yeah, but the charge is going to prevent that, unfortunately. So he's going to get the attack first, and you'll be able to take the attack after his turn.
Who'd have thought bonking people in the head with an axe would be so complicated? Right, I will cast shield.
You're going to cast shield. Okay, what does that up your armor to?
22.
22. Okay, and is that for one attack, or is it for till you move?
That's until the beginning of my next turn.
Okay,
I don't know what that is.
that's fine. So that's fine. So you can now make your attack if you want to.
I want to make my attack.
Okay, so roll your attack.
As the green flame blade. I always do green flame blade first, just to.
Fair enough. So that
25
is 25 and 20. They're both going to hit.
God, have I killed him already?
Wait for it.
Hold on, I'm just scrolling up to find my damage roll.
Sure. You might have a long way to go.
Because someone's been spamming the chat. That one. 33.
So 33, and then without the fire damage. Oh no, that's the whole thing. So 33 off.
Yep, and I'll do action surge. Might as well do it again.
Sure. So roll attacks.
Two attacks.
Yep, 2 attacks still. That's not going to hit, and that's not going to hit.
Oh.
You do have your Bardic Inspiration dice. You could add to one of those.
Oh shit! Yeah, all right. I'll do that.
For the 12, I assume. So roll 1d6. 2. That's still not going to make it.
R.I.P. and penises.
Mm-hmm. So it's back to your turn, though.
Really?
Yep, because you're the first turn. 19 is just going to hit. 12 is not.
Nice.
So no, only one of those hit, dude.
Oh.
So the 2d8 is correct, but you want 1d12, and you want +5. Fair enough. 25. So,
How do you like me now, Orc?
fair enough. He is now going to make his attacks.
No, I didn't mean it. Have I still got shield up? I don't think I have.
No, that will have ended now.
Turn's done now. Yeah.
So he gets a 26, a
Jesus.
natural 20, and a 17.
Wait, he's got 3 attacks.
3 attacks.
They all hit.
They all hit. Okay.
Bye bye, Balador.
I don't think I've got my inspiration dice anymore, have I?
So for
You've
damage,
used it now. I think.
Yeah.
Can't
I'm surprised you
only
didn't want to
shoot
cast shield to at least block one of them. You're in luck. That first one's not too bad. So the first hit does plus strength modifier 7.
Is that a 4 then, because of my feet?
Yeah, it's non-magical, so it's only 4. The next one does 5. You're getting very lucky with the damage rolls.
Are you minusing the 3 already?
Yeah. I'm taking that off.
So it's 9 so far.
That's a bit better. 11 plus 4. 15 minus 3. 12.
So 21.
21 in total.
'Tis but a scratch.
And he's now going to use his action surge
That's cheating.
to do it again. Oh wait, one of those was a natural 20. We'll say the first one, so double that to 8 damage. So add 4 more. So he gets a total of 25, 20, and 16.
Okay, shit, I should have casted shield before. I didn't know he was going to use action surge. Yeah, I'll cast shield.
So I think that's only the 25 is going to hit now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so just 1. And deals 7 plus 4, 11 minus 3 is 8. Okay, now it's back to your turn. How's your health looking, by the way? 'Cause
I'd say cheater,
It'll be like,
and then I will. I guess
he looks at you and says, coming from the man using magic.
what magic? I never used any magic as I
Green Flame Blade!
as I sip a health potion.
Okay, so that's going to be your bonus action.
Which is 2d4
4 plus 2. 10.
10.
Best possible roll.
And then I will hit him.
Okay. So make your attack rolls.
That one there. Copy. Paste. The non-green flame blade hit.
Okay, yep, so 25 is going to hit.
1d12 plus 5.
1d12 plus 5. So 8 damage. He's starting to look a little shaken from the multitude of hits he's now taken. So, is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, I've used my action and my bonus action, haven't I?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so he's once again going to make his attack series on you. And he gets 16, 21, and 22.
Jesus. Shield.
Shield. So do any of those hit?
Yeah, the 22. No. I am 22.
So that does just hit, so just 1. 2 damage plus 4 is 6, so 3 damage.
Right.
Okay, back to your turn.
So how do I equip my short sword? Can I...
Assuming you put it in your equipment list, you can pull it out in theory.
Oh, I haven't put it in my equipment list.
So you should have, you see where it says attacks and spellcasting? You can put 3 weapons in there.
Yeah. No, I haven't got it in there.
No, okay.
Oh. I would like to bonk him on the head.
Okay, going for another series of attacks.
Yes. 2 attacks. I just
Okay.
realised this guy gets
Go for
3
it.
attacks.
Yeah.
Oh, Dice Maidens. There we go.
So 13 is going to miss, and 17 is going to miss.
Oh, and I
Takes
will
it straight in the armor.
And I will use Second Wind.
Second wind. Okay, so you heal yourself 1 thingy dice plus your fighter level. Nine. So you heal for 9 hit points. Come back to the warrior's turn.
Worrying turn.
It's going to be a warring turn for you. He's going to make another 3 attacks with his greatsword. He gets a 19, a 19, and a 20.
Jesus. I don't think he's rolled like below a 17 yet.
To be fair, if you know what his plus to attack is, it's not surprising.
Right, yeah, they all hit.
All hit. Okay, so rolling 3 lots of damage. Deals 10 minus 3 is 7. 10 minus 3 is 7. And a low one, of course. He's not doing well with the damage rolls, to be fair.
Yeah.
That's 6 minus 3 is 3. So, total of 17.
Valador is looking very injured.
I see. Not good.
Bonk him.
Okay, make your attack rolls.
Damn, I really should have equipped my short sword. I forgot you had to do that.
You might want to use the battle axe, and 26 is going to hit. 23 is going to hit.
Nice.
You need some big damage rolls.
Mm.
So I do the full thing.
Mm-hmm.
26.
26. Ooh, that is just enough. And I mean to the point to bring him down.
Right, I would like to. So I bring down my great axe. I hit him in his in his shoulder, in his neck, between his head and his shoulder, and he stands there and looks at me in shock. And I use my leg to kick him away from my axe as I spit on him as he falls to the ground.
Fair enough. He is now dead. His
I'm
2
clapping.
His 2 seconds. Come
Change
forward
it.
and
Good
pick up
stuff.
his body. And
I
they
would
throw
like to
you.
point out that I believe that armor is now mine, as I defeated him fairly in.
I believe you were being paid for the honor of killing our former chieftain, as they throw you a sack of 500 gold pieces.
Okay.
He used to sit upon the throne of blood.
So that throne of blood is now mine?
No, he was deposed, and that's why he wanted an honorable death.
Please, can I have his armor?
No, he'll be buried with it, as is our custom.
What about his sword?
The sword you may keep. It's a
Nice.
standard greatsword.
That's absolutely great sword. How does equipment work, by the way? Because currently I've got a short sword, a battle axe, a great axe, a spear, and a great sword. And I'm
So you can
carrying
have-
these all around.
You're logging them round in your pack, but you can only have 3 actual weapons equipped.
All right, I'd just like to make the note that I'm swapping out my battle axe for the short sword.
Okay. Which means you will need to equip it and get it out of your bag if you want to use the magical effect.
I don't really understand. So it's 3d6, that does.
3d6, 2d6 fire, 1d6 piercing. The
Right,
battle
okay.
axe, for example, so you'd have to go fetch it from your bag before you could use it to mold earth.
I see, right, yeah. I
Okay.
understand. Yeah, and I would like to summon Magical Bart and have him stand on my shoulder and do a victory pose.
Okay.
And I also do a victory pose.
The
Bastion.
2 attendants, who are both Goliaths, are now looking at you and really wondering who their former chieftain just lost to.
And I would like to also celebrate with a one-handed clap from my mage hand,
One-handed. Yeah, okay.
like that.
What is the sound of one hand clapping? I can't even make it loud enough for the mic to pick it up.
Okay.
Do you want to ask any questions of the two attendants before they leave?
Yes, I would like to ask: was he a good man?
He was an honourable man and a strong man. In Almskirk, that is all that matters.
Such a shame to be defeated by me.
Yes.
But then I am the most powerful fighter in the land.
Seasoned veteran now.
You would probably struggle a little against our current chieftain.
I pretend not to hear that as I turn away and walk to back to the cart.
Fair enough. Okay, just let me... Don't forget you've got your 500 gold to add in from that.
I do. I wonder how much 1,310 gold weighs.
A fair amount.
Skyrim's anything to go by, nothing.
This is a fair point.
Oh, there's
Unless
no
you're-
weight on that.
Unless you're playing survival. Actually, I'm not even sure if money weighs in
Make
survival.
life very hard if it did.
I think it might, or it might. I think I've got a mod for that.
Use one. Okay, just adding up the experience for that quick bit because we've now reached 10 o'clock. So we'll call the session there
Oh, yeah.
before you head back to...
Hmm.
Oh, bollocks.
Shit, did I use 2 health potions in that fight?
Just one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, one and a second wind. Yeah.
Yeah, one the second wind.